Okay, we're back, and we're going to finish King's Quest 6. I left myself some notes at the end of last episode. I'm just going to read through those really quick. King's Quest 6.txt. Double check spellbook. I've got several items now for the spells. Let me see if I can do that here.
There's no point in using an object on itself.
I think I have to look at
Alexander
it, right?
is...
No, that's the bargain table spellbook. Maybe it's
Alexander is carrying a book.
Use, take it out. Here we go. Yeah, okay. So I have the Cup of Swamp Ooze. I have the Black Feather, but I don't have the River Styx water. I have the Salt Water from the Baby Tears. And I don't have the Sacred Water or the Falling Water. And I have the Strand of a Pure-Hearted Maiden's Hair, but I don't have the Skull or the Sulfur. So I'm just going to keep those in mind as we go.
This.
Okay, close out. I now have enough items to be able to do the Minotaur and the Sacred Mountain. I asked chat about that, and they said I should be good to go. Things that I don't yet know the purpose of the items include the hole in the wall, the brick, the stinky flower, the milk bottle, the rabbit foot, the ribbon, the scarf, and the tinderbox, which is what I picked up that makes the Minotaur dungeon doable. So I'm going to go ahead and go to that.
There's no reason to bury that in the sand. Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Cool.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
I did a lot of the puzzles on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain super early. Sure. Yeah, continue to let me know if I'm about to risk a missable or something similar. I don't think I need the manual anymore. We already did the manual puzzle. It was to get up here. Still have to climb it, which is a little scary. I think you can misclick and fall. Oh, I was asking if we don't need the manual anymore because I don't have it. I mean, I can go find it, but I thought we were done after this. Hey, it skips the rest of the wall. Thanks, game.
So, you have chosen to come back and face the catacombs when you could have escaped. I admit I am surprised. You are either a complete idiot or vain enough to think yourself invincible.
And you are far wiser, I suppose, to leave a maiden to die? To not fight this plague on your own people?
Bravery and suicide are two different things, human. You will have a chance to renounce your choice soon enough, when you lay trembling under the Minotaur's hooves.
We shall see. Thanks for the escort.
We only escort you to your death. May the fates make it quick so that you do not have to scream long.
Cool. Oh man, it's like a old school dungeon crawler.
The catacombs entrance door is locked from the outside by the Winged One's guards. It
Yeah, all the
seems that
dialogue
leaving
is
the
great.
catacombs by
This
that
game is
door
super
is not
well
an
written.
option. Niches in the wall form stone burial beds. Ancient bones lie crumbling on the unyielding rock.
Seems like a good idea to take the ancient bones.
Alexander examines the stone shelf and the ancient bones, but finds nothing except the dust of the grave.
Yeah. It's a well-written game back when video games didn't really take writing seriously.
The occupant of the stone bed is beyond the reach of Alexander's voice.
I love that so many of these options there's unique text for it and it's voice acted, right?
A torch flickers on the wall and casts shadows on the dank stones of the catacombs. The torch is too high to reach. Besides, carrying around the heavy blazing torch would only slow Alexander down.
It's fair.
The torch does not reply.
How many of those are there?
The occupant of the stone... All of the doorways in the catacombs look alike. giving Alexander no clue as to their order or purpose. Alexander is standing in the catacombs near the portal.
Yeah. Ahead of their time. Its writing is like what the game is, exactly.
Niches in the wall form stone burial beds. Alexander hears the distant sounds of a wild animal somewhere in the maze of rooms.
Sounds bad.
Alexander rubs the soft fur of the rabbit's foot and
Just
hopes for a little luck.
looking for what other items I could use here. I don't have like breadcrumbs, right? No, the Minotaur in Greek mythology was in a labyrinth, which means you can't get lost. It's a bat.
Alexander hears a low growling, so faint as to seem born of his fired imagination rather than of any living creature.
I do really like the framing in each room here. That's pretty
As
cool.
he walks through the doorway, Alexander gets a very bad feeling about this room.
And then you just fall and die. Perfect. I don't want to load too fast because there's custom dialogue when you die.
Next.
Don't just wonder, Alexander. Let your conscience be your guide.
Let your conscience be your guide. Okay. No idea what that means.
The cat it seems. Niches in the wall form stone burial beds.
It's the same thing as before. What's changed since I came here? Because the first time we got here, I wasn't able to do it. I think getting the tinderbox is one of the things that we said I
The
needed.
occupant of the stone bed. There's no reason. There's no need for
Extra light.
The remains of several unfortunate souls haunt the room.
Or unfortunate souls.
These bones seem more recent than the ancient catacomb bones that Alexander has seen so far. Perhaps they were victims of the Minotaur, or perhaps they died while wandering lost in the maze. 3 of the skeletons are completely intact.
Can I take
Alexander
their bones?
doesn't want to disturb that skeleton. He seems to have all his bones intact, and it'd be a shame to break up the set.
Okay.
Alexander doesn't want...
Can I take the skull then?
Alexander picks up the skull.
God, I need to remember which... I need to pull up a notepad and keep track of which way
Alexander
I
doesn't want to
went.
disturb that skeleton.
Okay.
Alexander is carrying a human skull.
Go until I die, and then I'll start keeping track of which way I've gone. Just like in the 90s, I'll make a little map. That'll be great. I want to say that was the northeasternmost room,
Alexander
maybe?
hears the distant sounds of a wild animal somewhere in the maze of rooms.
Oh, hey, it's Last Crusade.
An image of a rose has been carved into that tile.
Oh, clever.
That tile is engraved with a skull and crossbones. A carving of a scythe adorns that tile. That tile bears an engraving of a crown. That tile is engraved an image of a rose. That tile.
So I can do some of these, I think. I do love that this theming, it's like use things for not what you would expect
with
before.
tiles would accomplish nothing.
Oh, so it's not that. Okay. Image of a rose. Probably put the skull on. The skull
Using
and
that
crossbones.
on the tile. Using that. An image of a rose has been carved into that tile.
Maybe it's not using items. Let me see what else is in here. There's a clue somewhere. I think this is the entrance.
The main door to the catacombs leads to the...
Okay, so I should be able to find my way back. North. North. It's in the most northeastern corner, I thought.
Alexander hears a low...
Guessing that the Minotaur gets closer and closer to you the more time you spend. Okay. North, north, east, east, north. Let me pull up a notepad here. Skull. N-N-E-N. Alright, and then from the skull room to Last Crusade room. South, obviously. West. I think I went north. Oh, west. South, west, west. North. West. Okay, cool. And then I assume if I just walk in this, I just die.
Alexander feels the tile he's standing on shift beneath his feet.
Uh-oh.
Sorry about that, me. But I had Discord muted still.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
3 spikes and you're out.
Aha! 3 spikes and you're out. That's good. I should probably save after... Well, maybe I don't want to save after getting the skull, since it looks like there's a limited number of moves I can make.
The entrance door is locked from the
Oh,
outside
God, everything
by the
just
winged
shut.
one's guards.
1 second, sorry.
It seems that leaving the catacombs by that door is not an option.
I pressed whatever the Cascade Windows button is on Windows 10, which I don't think I've ever pressed before, while I was trying to mute Discord, and now everything is crapped itself. It's going to take me a second to fix. I've had these windows open to exactly the right height for like years at this point. I think that's quite right. Hold on. I always have a maintenance entrance. I know, right? Probably fixed enough for the purpose of stream. I'll look at it later. Okay. Going all the way west got me into a hole earlier. Let's try west, west, north, north. West, west, north, west, west. King's Quest is an adventure game. I think this took me back all the way down. So west, west, north, west, south, south just took me back to the main area. I think this is death over here.
As
Yep.
he walks through...
Okay, so at least in my mental picture of the place, I don't think I'm missing any rooms, but I'll check really quick and see if there are
Don't
any.
just one. The catacombs entrance.
Guess you were saying that
leaving the
there's...
catacombs by that door is not an option.
You're saying that there's going to be a use for the manual eventually still in the game. I guess I was thinking it would be much later, but it would make sense if it's on the same island that we already had to use it earlier, so I can dig that up in case this is another DRM puzzle, this room. But I thought maybe there would be context in a different room. Let me start searching for that in the meantime. See if I can disable that Windows 10 cast button. It just made all my windows the exact same size, and it's not good. Don't want that. So the way I just went, I think. Yeah, so I think I've been in every room then. I don't think there's a path I haven't tried. Other than the one past the tile room, obviously. This just goes back to the main room, right? Okay, I think it's manual time. I'm going to try to show that on stream, but it's going to take me a second to browse through my files and find the PDF, so I'm going to alt tab out and hide it for a second, and then I'll come back. Wait 1 sec. King's Quest. Air today, gone tomorrow. Documents. Manual. Okay, and I'll try to size it so that it's visible here. Daventry. Lived Kingdom. When you're asked for a word to pass copy protection, refer to this table. Wait, really? This is the only King's Quest one I have. Okay, hold on. Oh, there's multiple manuals in it. Okay, thanks. I didn't even realize it. Just trying to jump to a place that might make sense here. Isle of Wonder. Sacred Mountain. Now, this is where the answer was before in the Sacred Mountain section. Like, it wasn't super clear that it was copy protection like the one we just saw for King's Quest 4. Beauty's only skin deep. Aviation on the classical. Valuable members of the kingdom provide important skills. Master logicians and mathematicians, architects and planners. Sustained magic. Talk about the ancient ones, our forefathers. So I guess also stop me if I don't need the manual for this. I assume I do since there's nothing else in there for me to... Is there like an item that I could be using in that room? Or am I on the right track? Chat can answer that. I do. Okay, thank you. Ancient one that had with the Isle 1,000 years ago. Their writings have been discovered, yeah. Leaders of the power of language, master of languages will soar. These are parts of the puzzle from earlier. Symbols and a complex theology. No, I asked directly. I just want to make sure I'm not reading through this when I could be doing other things. Got roses. There were no such things for certain. True understanding was buried along with the last of that long dead race. Let me, just in case the answers are in the main text here, I'm going to try to resume really quick. I need to like look at the screen and like pull up a screenshot of it on another monitor or something. The only symbols I know to look for, there's a flower and a skull and crossbones.
Alexander picks up the skull.
Okay.
Alexander.
Got the skull. Could probably save when I get to the pressure plate room, unless if picking up the skull is a game over condition, but I am making lots of save files, so I can always go back in case that was a mistake. It would be really mean for an adventure game to punish you for having picked something up. Okay. So we've got rose, skull, dove, crown,
a carving of a
scythe.
That tile.
Right. I'll at least write down those words. Notepad. God. I don't know why anyone would use that Cascade Windows button. It has ruined everything. Okay. So, scythe, rose, dove, skull, crown, and it looks like there's a separate one in the dead center.
Carving of a sun.
Oh, that's still a scythe. Okay.
That tile. That tile. That tile.
Okay. Let me go back to reading the document. Every creature, every element and mineral. Creature called element ranked high or low on the theological scale. Tranquility, Ager, Caterpillar, and Error. It was one of the puzzle solutions. There are birds aplenty in the skies. What glory is it to fly when one is born without wings? Is it not more glorious to still be born on the ground and build one's own wings? It's a matter of debate whether they possess the power of flight. The winged ones believe the ancient ones flew without wings, proving themselves superior even to the winged ones themselves. Some scholars in the Isle of the Crown believe the ancient ones could not fly, and that their obsessive interest in flight and their secret knowledge enabled them to create a winged race. So, okay, I think a way to make this easier on myself, I'm going to brute force the first step. That will help me know, like, a key to look for here. So let's see.
Alexander feels the tile he's standing on shift beneath his feet.
That seems bad.
Uh-oh.
Oh god, he died differently. Alright, well at least we get different death animations on all the tiles.
Next.
As a
3
kid, I probably
spikes and
would
you're
have
out.
brute forced this. Okay. So that's interesting. I don't think I realized before that I had all of the same tile around me. They're all
An image of
a rose.
an image. Alexander searches for a way to reach the black-haired girl whose memory will not escape him. An image of a rose.
Okay, yeah, they were all roses, so that doesn't really help me. I guess maybe it suggests directions instead of looking for the symbols. Let me look further here. The alphabet of the ancient one consists of graphic symbols. There's a code. 8 crab, black ebony, harmony cat, sienna earth. Just seeing if any of these. I think this is for a separate puzzle on the mountain, so I don't think that this is the answer, but I'm just seeing the dove here. Okay. Melody, grasshopper, olive plants, happiness dog, pink marble. Serpent, rain, sheep. I think the dove might just be a coincidence. Ooh. I don't see any other. I guess it's always an animal is the second one, right? The first one's a concept, but death isn't one of them. Right, we'll keep looking here. Logic cliffs. Already did that. Catacombs. Oh, this is where I probably should have started. Okay. I remember I started much further ahead. I think I went straight to Logic Cliffs and I skipped the answer when we did the Logic Cliffs puzzle, so. Accessible to visitors. Minotaur decided to take up residence. Catacombs have been bolted shut. Oh, here we go. 3 roses laid upon the bower. Okay. See a place of high reverence to the ancient ones. A message on an ancient tablet once returned to the catacomb shows 3 roses laid upon the bower, a scythe for he who cuts the flower, a crown, a dove, most noble race. Thy bones make sacred this dread place. Okay. So I think that's... I guess that doesn't tell me which of the 3 roses to take first, but that's fine. Rose, scythe, crown, dove. Rose, scythe, flower, crown, dove. Bones, I guess. So, rose... Oh, but I can't get to a scythe from here.
That tile bears the... That tile...
I guess they're just listing the symbols. Also, I'm supposed to step on a tile and then walk off of it. So like north-south because it's 3 roses.
Alexander feels the tile he's standing on.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well that didn't work. Let's try north-south, and if that doesn't work, I have to try something else.
Oh. Next.
3 spikes and you're out.
North. Nope.
Alexander feels...
Uh-oh.
Okay, so it doesn't involve hitting all 3 roses.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
3 spikes.
Okay, let's see. This concludes my records. Been well treated here and become rich in friends and knowledge. Countless other blessings. I could try that. Hold on. But I also don't have access. The next symbol that's listed in the poem is a scythe. And the closest scythe is down here. I mean, I guess I could hit it and then do this.
Alexander feels the
It looks
tile
like it does
he's
work,
standing
though.
on
That's important
shift
to
beneath
know.
his feet.
Uh-oh. Tickets. Oh. Next.
Let me try one more thing with the ability to move
3
diagonal.
spikes and you're out.
Roses laid upon the bower, a scythe for he who cuts the flower, crown a dove. That's the only thing that's specifically about this. Oh, you think that going back to this tile may have gotten me in trouble? It's not a bad idea. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Alexander
shit.
feels the tile he's standing on shift beneath his
Oh,
feet.
there might yet be other roses I can get to. 3 roses. Yeah, good call, Revenant. Thanks.
Tickets. Oh.
I wouldn't have even attempted to move diagonally.
3 spikes and
And then that should get me to... It was rose times 3, scythe, flower.
Alexander feels the tile.
Uh-oh.
Other more different flower, I guess. Yikes.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
3 spikes.
Well, it says 3 roses laid upon the bower, a scythe for he who cuts the flower. So there must be another, unless a flower is separate from rose. If it is, then a crown. Okay. A dove.
That tile bears the
Bones. Cool. Yeah, I didn't think it would let me walk diagonal without it giving me trouble. Okay. Oh, shield.
An old wooden shield hangs on the wall. Alexander takes the shield from the wall.
Can I equip the shield?
The otherwise plain wooden shield is embellished with a silver cross.
Just look at the skull, too.
Alexander is carrying a human skull. The skull is as silent as the grave. That object has nothing to say. The wooden shield feels strong and sturdy. There's no need to put the shield back on a wall.
Yeah, because I had solved the puzzle. I didn't realize that was a possible way to progress. I thought it was all going to be cardinal directions. So yeah, thank you.
It's a trap. The doors have sealed Alexander inside.
It's a cute little room.
And the ceiling is coming down. The gears are working furiously to lower the ceiling. Their great cogs interlock perfectly.
Can I put something in there to stop it? Stuff that I'm probably going to need elsewhere, right? I feel like this would be a fun point to make a monkey wrench joke. Try the skull.
Examines. Desperate to stop the crushing ceiling, Alexander throws a skull into the grinding
That
gears.
seems good.
The skull is caught between 2 cogs. The gears shriek and shudder. The skull begins to bulge.
Uh-oh.
With a sudden lurch, the ceiling completes its descent
Oh, at least it looks like it kills you there. That's good.
Yikes.
and presses Alexander into the floor like a bug under a heel.
Cool on them giving you
That
multiple
skull wasn't
answers.
strong enough to endure the pressure.
Okay.
And neither is Alexander's.
Tickets. Oh,
Alexander's sandwich.
next.
Alexander never was much good at squash.
Squish. I really like that there's a custom animation for using the skull. I think that that's really important. If you're going to make an adventure game, like, it takes a lot of time
Alexander
to
takes the shield from the wall.
give dialogue or options for every possible key lock combination. Uh-oh, yikes. Kind of fails to convey the gravity of the situation. Try a different item.
It's a trap, and the ceiling...
'Cause the brick makes sense, right? Let's try
In a
that.
desperate move, Alexander throws a brick into the grinding gears. The brick is caught between two cogs. The gears shriek and shudder. The mechanism grinds to a halt. The ceiling is stuck.
Cool.
The trap is sprung.
You can talk to the ceiling in there. Okay. Sure, I'll end up going through it again. I'm just trying
Niches
to
in
find
the walls.
The chosen hero will have brought a random brick that he's carrying around with him.
Sounds! A trap floor!
Sounds! The true hero must needs be a,
Alexander seems to have fallen to a lower
Hoarder.
level of the catacombs. Wherever he is, the place sure is dark. Alexander can't even see his hand in front of his face. Alexander.
Is anybody there?
use
There
my
is
tinder
no reply
box.
from the darkness.
No, that's...
Alexander can't do anything in the room until he can see.
Yeah, I love the little dots for his eyes. It's great.
Alexander hears the scrabble of hooves in the dark
Oh,
room.
jeez.
Hello?
Jesus. That's dark. Literally.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
So
Caught in the dark, Alexander?
my inventory was grayed out the whole time. Was it not supposed to be? Now let's explore everything else before we fall down there.
Alexander takes the shield from the wall.
Oh, was I like trying to pull it up right before a thing happened every time or something?
Alexander hears the distant sound.
Is that a thing?
Niches in the wall. Alexander notices that this skeleton has old coins over its
Hey.
eyes.
See the same room a dozen times. Notice a slight difference.
Alexander finds 2 coins on the skeleton's eyes. He takes the old coins.
Okay, yeah, I'm making sure I go into every room before I fall down there. That looks like progress. Oh, what's up?
Ah, you were a human only and not the monster himself. I heard you coming and thought you were the beast. Did my father send you here to save me?
Why, yes, he did, but how did you...
Hush,
I have a
there
feeling
no
this is
time.
a
I
shenanigan.
think I've discovered the Minotaur's secret exit from the catacombs. Follow me and we'll both be saved.
Yeah, no. We make a safe. Okay, assuming that's a trap.
It's a trap. Alexander can't stop the ceiling with his bare hands. In a desperate move, Alexander throws a brick into the grinding gears. The brick is caught between two cogs. The gears shriek and shudder. The mechanism grinds to a halt. The ceiling is stuck. The trap is sprung.
So there's something if you talk to the ceiling.
Stay up, ceiling. Good ceiling.
It's pretty great. Let me save again. I've got plenty of slots, so I can go back in case I screw something up.
Sounds! A trap floor!
Sounds. God's wounds, right? That's what sounds comes from.
Alexander seems to have fallen to a lower level of the catacombs. Wherever he is, the place sure is dark. Alexander can't even see his hand in front of his face.
There it goes. Man, I'm glad you told me, because it looked like it wasn't possible. It was intended to not be possible.
Alexander takes the candle from his tinderbox and uses the flint in the box to light it.
Aha! So that's why it's dark in here. A torch is out.
Oh, nice.
Alexander lights the extinguished torch and puts his tinderbox away.
Not immediately dead, and that's always a step in the right direction.
There's no reason to use that on the open doorway.
Gotta be the Minotaur? This would have scared the shit out of me as a kid. The game kind of having a blasé, like, comedy attitude towards everything you're doing would almost make it worse. Dead end. Alright, so this floor is way bigger and easier to get lost in, so I'm gonna have to start keeping track of where I'm going. Trying to like follow the edges as best as I can.
Alexander hears a low growling, so faint as to seem born of his fired imagination rather than of any living creature.
Keep sticking to the edges here as well as
As he
possible.
walks through the doorway,
Uh-oh.
Alexander gets a very bad feeling about this room.
It waves at the camera, that's great.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
Don't just wonder, Alexander. Let your conscience be your guide.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna write it down after my next attempt, but last time it ended up not being really necessary for me to write down what I was
hears a
doing.
low growl.
I think I went. I didn't go all the way to the edge. Let me just go all the way in one direction and see what happens. So I don't think this is what I did last time. I'm not sure. Going west as much as possible. Nope.
Somewhere, far off into the catacombs, the sounds of hooves faintly echo.
That sounds bad. Okay, so going straight west and not stopping didn't really solve anything for me here. High sulfur. Ooh, little painting.
A very beautiful, very dusty tapestry hangs on the wall.
Tapestries.
Alexander does not see anything unusual about or under that tapestry. And the
Shawshank
tapestry
Redemption
itself
hadn't come
is
out
much
yet.
too heavy to take. A very beautiful... The tapestry weaves its tale in silence.
Alright, let's see. Try the hole in the wall.
There's no reason to use that on the tapestry.
Okay. Try burning it.
There's no reason to use that on the tapestry.
Okay.
There's no reason...
Don't know why that would work. My other items don't really make sense. I'm not meant to have any castable spells. Well, actually, I think now I have access to one of them, don't I? I think I just got another river Styx water. Oops. Sacred water, falling water. A skull full of hot oak embers. Okay. Good thing it ended the game after I threw the skull into the... Still needs sulfur, though. Okay. Try to remember this is here, I guess? You can, like, move it slightly.
Alexander does not see anything unusual about or under that tapestry.
Guess I'll ask chat, is there any item that I can use with the tapestry right now, or do I have to do something else first? Because I don't want to just sit here and brute force all. Not now. Okay. Thank you. I guess while I'm at it, I assume that the room with the symbols was the last requirement for the manual. Is that true? I was wondering when I can... I guess I can just keep it up now that I have it set up for viewing. No, not exactly. Okay.
Alexander hears the sound of a wild beast again. This time, so loud that the creature itself seems to be in the same room with him.
That seems extremely
The noises
bad.
are coming from the other side of the east wall.
Other side of the wall. Well, the fact that they told me that specifically, hold on. Can I look through the wall, or is this gonna get me killed?
Alexander puts the
Ah,
hole in
it
the
works.
wall on
Wonderful.
the east wall. The hole in the wall trembles slightly with dread at the clammy feeling of the stones. Alexander peers through the hole in the wall.
That's
and
clever.
sees
I love it.
just another room in the catacombs.
I mean, is it just another room?
Not
Ah,
just
okay.
another room at all. So that's why Alexander couldn't find the Minotaur's lair.
Cool.
At least Alexander now knows the lair exists, somewhere in the maze on the other side of this wall.
And the hole
While
is
Alexander
gone.
hopes
Oops.
the little creature finds its way home to the Isle of Wonder.
I just missed a line of text. I think it just said that the hole left. Okay, so there's a room with a tapestry, and then there's a room behind where the tapestry is. Or I guess you have to look to see where to use the tapestry. Or something. Yay! See if my spatial awareness is... I think this is the other side of the room with the tapestry. That might be north one more. Hey! Alright, let me save really quick.
This tapestry looks familiar. Now let's see. I don't feel anything.
Should have done that before, dude.
A hidden latch.
It's the most suspicious tapestry
Alexander
ever.
triggers the little latch. A secret door rolls open.
Oh god, Jesus.
Please don't hurt me!
Your struggles are useless.
It's the Minotaur, and he's struggling with a winged one's girl. She must be Lady Celeste.
Oh god, it's one of those I only have a short amount of time to react. See if it lets me save in this room.
Alexander steps further into the room. The movement catches Lady Celeste's eye. She screams for help.
You there, human! Help me!
I may have just saved myself. It's okay, I've got tons of slots.
Who dares enter my lair?
I ask you to release your captive or suffer the
What
consequences.
consequences?
Rawr. Never. You die, human.
As the Minotaur advances in attack, Alexander slowly backs away.
Give me an item.
Until he can back away no more.
Okay, so I need to do the item from here.
Now, where to, little man? Rawr.
Okay, now I could use an item. What am I going to use to kill a Minotaur? Fuck. Let's try the shield.
That shield won't do much good in close combat against a
Okay.
Minotaur. Alexander will have to think of something else.
Let's try. Do I have any spells? Hey, Ben. Can't bribe him with money.
That would have little effect on the rampaging Minotaur.
Do have the right item, right? Oh, is it because he's like a bull? Because he's about to charge me and the fire's behind me? That must be why they put the character right there. I think that's right.
Now you die.
I may have been too late. I...
Tickets. Oh,
That's fun.
next.
There's something to be said for taking the bull by the horns, Alexander.
Is there a term for adventure games that include puzzles that require like real world
Alexander
knowledge?
steps
I feel like they're
further
pretty
into the room.
common in this era.
The movement catches Lady Celeste's eye.
There's a couple puzzles
She
like that in
screams for
Maniac
help.
Mansion, right?
You there, human!
I
As the Minotaur,
In bullfighting.
until he can...
I use a little red cape.
Alexander, his
That's
back
funny. I
inches
love
from
it.
the fiery pit, tempts the Minotaur with the Red Queen's scarf.
Look here, you bully. Nice, bright red.
Describe a baseball diamond from the perspective of someone who's never seen it.
Now you die.
That was funny.
The Minotaur drops from
Very
sight
cool.
amidst the consuming flames.
Yes, you need a lot of
Slowly,
items
his
to be able to do
scream
this place,
fades
huh?
as well.
Have you been harmed, Lady Celeste? Are you all right?
Try to turn on
No,
the cat
I
cam
am not
here.
all right. I assume you do not intend to leave me tied up on this vile monstrosity.
Of course not. Sorry, let's see. If you'll give me a moment, I'll have these untied in no time.
I can't wait that long. Look, I wear a small dagger just inside my belt. It should be enough to cut the rope.
Okay.
Oh, all right. I've got it. Lady
Excuse
Celeste.
me, princess.
Here we go.
Thank you. You may keep the dagger as a gift for saving my life.
That's very generous.
That's very
Forget it.
generous.
Do you mind if we just get out of here now?
There are other interesting things in that room.
The
No.
Winged One's guards,
Okay, I've
bored
got a
with the
dagger
pointless
now.
waiting, are startled by the sound of rock moving against rock.
Lady Celeste, bide thee well.
If I had
I'm
followed the other
quite
one, it would have been a
well,
trap,
thanks to the
basically.
bravery of a mere human. So much for your superior intellect.
Yes, milady.
Now bring him along.
Biggest
I'm going
dickus.
home.
You heard the story about the biggest dickus scene? Oh, that crow had the little glowing eye.
I see
Raven,
you
whatever.
have proven yourself the hero of the prophecy. Well, I am expected to
They
thank you
commanded the
for saving
extras
my
in that
daughter's
scene
life,
in...
so I thank you. I am obliged to thank you for the restoration of our sacred catacombs. It means much to our people. We have already begun the process of clearing the deadly traps from its rooms. It is also my duty to grant you a visit with the Oracle. So this I do. I will grant you the freedom to leave here unharmed, despite
The
my orders
weakest
to the
things.
contrary from the Crown. But there, my obligations to you end. I have no love for Alhazred, but he is my liege, and if Princess Cassima trusts him and wishes to wed him, my guards will take you to the Oracle now.
Oh, there's a catacombs
When your
map in the
time
manual?
with her is through, I want you to leave the city of the Winged Ones and never return. I don't know who you are or what you want here, but I will not disobey my crown further.
I thank you, Lord Azure. I will respect your wishes.
Bye then. I'll check it here in a second. Whoa, it's Oracle. It's cool.
Hail to thee, great oracle. Lord Azure sends you this wingless mail.
What's wrong with
It
his head?
appears that he solved the cliffs of logic and...
Defeated the Minotaur in his lair. So I have seen. So this is the one that haunts my pool of late. Welcome, young seeker. What knowledge do you desire?
Princess Cassima, whatever you can tell me, great oracle.
Ah, of course, the princess. That explains my images. Let us see what we can see. I see a maiden,
That's cool.
lovely and pure, but surrounded by evil. She's a rose set amidst bitter thorns. It is her fate to be the pawn of dark powers, and yours to try to redeem her.
How? How do I redeem her?
Really good question.
Fate is not like the cut of a blade, young one, but rather like the myriad of paths formed when a hammer cracks ice. I will tell you what I can, but what will actually come to pass is up to you. I see that any attempt to reach the girl will force you into battle, a struggle against a dark force.
She's great at cold
If you
reading.
lose, your life will be
The
forfeit.
back of the box.
Who must I fight?
A great darkness surrounds your adversary, preventing me from seeing clearly. I can only make out the shape of a black cloak. But before this final struggle, I see an infiltration, a dangerous game of hide-and-seek in corridors filled with enemies. The risks are high, but it is the only way to reach the one you seek. There is more than one way into this place. Your choice will dictate much.
What else do you see, mighty Oracle?
Oh,
That seems bad.
oh, such pain. I see
Ah, the skull.
restless
Good luck,
spirits
woman.
crying out for revenge. These shades could help you destroy the dark force if they were to be brought back from their spiritual form. Yet this is only one possible path to your destiny. I'm afraid this is getting beyond me. I know very little about the afterlife. I can only advise getting counsel from the druids.
The druids.
Be warned. The druids are
They have a
reclusive,
very tiny Stonehenge.
dangerous. They might aid you, or they might destroy you. Like their island, the druid's nature is hidden.
Nobody knew where they came from or what they were trying to do,
There is
wherever the line
nothing
is.
more I can do for you, except to give you this. It is water from the sacred pool. That and my blessing
Oh, it's the sacred water.
with you.
Thank you, great Oracle.
Okay, so that's another spell ingredient. Cool. Let's save. It's like, I think the Spinal Tap thing is, in ancient times, hundreds of years before the dawn of history, lived a strange race of people, the Druids. No one knows who they were or what they were doing, but their legacy remains, hewn into the living rock of Stonehenge. No one knows who they
small
were or what they
dagger is
were
a
doing.
gift from Lady Celeste. Its handle is decorated with precious gems set in a delicate feminine style.
Cool. Precious gems.
The small vial contains the
Sacred
oracle's
water.
sacred water. The water has a crystalline appearance.
So I still need one more thing. Oops, shit.
The book is
I need falling water. Okay. Oh, let me look at this map you're telling me about. Is that what this is on the back wall? Is that actually like the layout of the two different floors? I see. I guess it doesn't actually show you where anything is. It would just help you to keep track of what it looks like. Okay. That's kind of cool.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Oh, it was a color guide originally? That's interesting. So I think I've done everything on all of these. I don't remember seeing Isle of the Mists listed here before.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Or I just never clicked it. That's just the one that comes with good old games. Shit, I dismissed text again on accident.
The island's trees are gnarled and eerie looking.
Was this available from the
Grayish
beginning?
moss growing fervently in the damp, sun-blocking mist coats the tree's knobby branches.
Okay. Only after she told me about the druids.
The ocean is only visible for a few feet before it becomes shrouded in mist. Mysterious-looking volcanic rocks dot this island. Alexander sees nothing of interest there.
Stick. Yeah, I'm just trying to save regularly, so I guess let me know if I keep progressing far past a soft lock.
From the east come the sounds of mysterious drums and chanting. A horned animal skull is on display in the center of the village. Based on its central location, it may perhaps serve as ceremonial protection against danger.
Okay.
A communal fire pit occupies a place of honor in the center of the little village. The fire pit, naturally enough, contains coal.
The fact that they mentioned it. Oops.
A communal
There's a second line.
coals are cold. That's odd, because Alexander definitely smells the smoke of an open fire close by. Alexander reaches into the fire pit and takes a lump of coal.
Was able to get some coal.
Alexander has a pitch-black lump of coal that he found in the Isle of the Mists.
Can I use that for the spell, maybe?
Alexander remembers...
I bet that's right. So I got coal with... Skull full of hot oak embers. Sulfur brimstone.
This is the last page.
Yeah, put it in their stocking.
From the east come the sounds of mysterious drums and chanting. A wooden-handled scythe hangs against a bearskin on one of the tree houses.
Oh, looks pretty important.
Alexander takes the scythe. The doors to the tree houses are bolted, and Alexander
doesn't want to intrude
into the private dwellings uninvited.
Okay. Assume it says the same thing over here.
The doors to the tree houses are bolted, and Alexander doesn't want to intrude into the private... Alexander can think of less desirable things to carry around than that animal skull, but not many. He decides to leave it alone.
Are you serious, Alexander? Don't you know what's
the tree
useful?
houses look a bit too dignified for climbing.
You gotta be joking me.
The way north is blocked by impenetrable forest. From the east come the sounds of mysterious drums and chanting.
Hey, what's up, druids?
Alexander is frozen at the spectacle before him. Robed figures are gathered around a bonfire. Some mystical ceremony is taking place, but as to its purpose, Alexander has no clue.
Brothers, look!
Uh-oh. Alexander's been seen.
This must be the foreigner we were warned about. How appropriate that he should come during our rain
Tony
festival.
J.
Place him in the sacrificial cage.
No, that
Wait!
seems bad.
I must rescue the princess!
There's an ancient druid saying, a man who would save others must first save himself.
Alexander is pushed into the confining wicker cage.
That's convenient for them. It's like, hey, we don't have to sacrifice Timmy. It's your lucky day, buddy.
The cage is swung out over the bonfire.
Oh, cool.
Alexander starts to feel a little warm.
Don't think I get items here.
The bottom of the cage is getting uncomfortably hot.
Timmy's going, yay!
Mercifully, Alexander passes out from the heat before the first tongues of flame ignite the wicker.
Okay, him burning alive, I guess, is a little too dark. Screaming all the way.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
Not that
It's a
wicker.
bit too hot to handle. Alexander should have been better prepared.
Okay, so I probably need a spell for that, I'm guessing. I didn't save after I got to the Isle of Mist, that's fine.
Alexander
Okay, so I think I can probably get the 2 items and then just bail. I'm gonna try that.
Alexander
Oh, druids are not
Alexander from
friendly.
the east. From the northeast,
No, sorry, I'm just stating my
Alexander.
intentions. Okay, let's look around. It's the scythe and the coal, right? Is there a third thing? Scythe, coal.
Alexander has a pitch-black lump of coal that the scythe has a long curved blade and a wooden handle.
I think I already got this rock down here, right? A long time ago?
There's
Oh,
nothing.
right. I remember now. Just gonna look around for a bit. I might ask for help if I run out of places to check, but I've got lots of new items now, so. Guards. None of this stuff makes particular sense. Did stuff back here, I think. Wonder how I get my hands on oak.
The otherwise plain wooden shield is embellished with a silver cross.
That could be made
The
of
scythe
oak.
has a long curved
Could be made of oak.
Will you stop hanging around those stupid rose bushes? If you've got nothing better to do, the chimney could be cleaned.
Coming, stepmother.
Girl. Don't think I have anything to do there right now. Anything there is to do here? This is just the guy that helped me earlier.
Alexander feels his pockets. Alexander.
Making sure he doesn't have anything new to talk about.
Oh, it's you. Come on in. How goes it,
I
Alexander?
really like the little way they frame some of these scenes. Looking through the portals, pretty
Several
cool.
oil lamps are strategically placed around the boat's cabin to eliminate the island's dark nights.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Isle of the Beast is pretty, but unfortunately, you can't get very far onto the island.
What else?
The inhabitants of the Isle of the Sacred Mountain are the most gorgeous creatures you'll ever see. If you ever get to see them, that is.
I did. Alright, I don't think he says anything new.
Well, thanks again for your hospitality.
Everyone's so friendly and nice. Check the bookstore again.
Jollo, my friend.
Hey, it's
Is the
Jollo.
wedding still moving forward at the castle?
Prince Alex, egads, yes, that confounded wedding has the whole castle a-bustle. Look, I didn't come here to talk about that, though. I came to warn you.
Warn me? About what? Isn't the wedding bad enough?
No, listen. The Vizier knows that you're here, Alexander. He's posted extra guards, and he's telling them about a foreign saboteur. Who else could he mean but you? The Vizier's genie must have learned of your presence in the land, Prince Alex. I don't know how, but he must have.
I haven't exactly been discreet, I'm afraid.
Alexander, this is serious. Alhazred will never let you get close to Cassima now. He stubbled the castle guard, probably to make sure you keep out. Gadzooks! Oh, it's too bad there isn't some way to convince Alhazred that you've left the islands or even died. If he thought you were out of the way, you might be able to get close enough to...
What an interesting thought. Tell me more about this genie.
The genie's name is Shamir Shamazel. Alhazred brought Shamir with him when he came to this kingdom.
Guessing he's the shiny eye.
You, but that doesn't mean he isn't dangerous. He can be a terrible trickster and an ingenious spy. It's too bad we can't get our hands on Shamir's lamp. If we had that lamp, Alhazred and all of our problems would be solved. Wouldn't that be a fine thing?
I have a lamp, but I have the wrong lamp, so I'm sure I'll have to sub it out later.
Isn't necessarily evil. Genies never are, you know. They only reflect their owner's heart, for good or ill. Alhazred is hardly a shining example for an impressionable genie.
So how do you propose we go about getting Shamir's lamp?
What? Oh, Prince Alex, I was only dreaming. I mean, the lamp is heavily guarded. It would be easier to steal Alhazred's own trousers while he's wearing them than it would be to get that lamp.
But surely a clown's hands are quick and agile.
Well, yes, they are, as a matter of fact. But then the theft would be detected almost immediately. And then... my poor neck.
If the theft were detected.
Oh, I see. Yes, well, there might be a slim chance, but only that. If you could find a replica of the genie's lamp, an exact replica, I might be able to make the swap. I alone might get close enough, but I couldn't tell you what to look for. I caught a glimpse of it only once. I would know it if I saw it again, but to say I cannot.
Well, I'll just have to see what I can do.
Good luck.
I'm guessing my default lamp isn't nice enough to act.
I really must be going back to the castle. I don't think I'll be able to come back here. If we were spied on, well, it's too high a risk. I hope you understand. If I see Cassima, I'll tell her I saw you. If you do ever make it to the castle, look me up. And do be careful, friend.
I will. Goodbye, Jollo.
Thanks, Jollo.
Thanks for all your help.
You're a treasure. Yeah, I really think that the way that they frame a lot of these scenes really elevates it. If it was just the library and not being shot from inside the bookcase, drawn as though it was shot from inside the bookcase, I should say. It's cool. Okay, I have a sense of my long-term goals here. Hey, Tiny Observer. I never played any of these adventure games when I was a kid, other than to play Full Throttle. This one's been written really, really well. It's got some really pretty backgrounds. A lot of tender love and care went into it. Let's make a save. Let's look elsewhere for now. Map.
There's no. Alexander pulls out his magic
Wait, you
map.
can bury stuff in the sand? Interesting. Unless if that's just like a cute throwaway line.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
I don't think we finished the stuff in the chess world. I think we're done here, the dog tree and all that. What's up?
Your Highness may as well spend her royal time contemplating something else. The lump of coal shall be sent to the castle of
Oh,
the Crown
coal, that's right.
under my name, and that's all there is to it.
No, it shan't.
Yes, it shall.
If the coal is sent in your name, I shall royally decree a ban on all red on this isle.
You do, and I shall
Oh,
royally decree
people sometimes
that
do death
white
count
shall be henceforth
counters. I
used
haven't
for
done
all
that.
mopping up of cabbage stew.
You wouldn't dare!
Oh, wouldn't I?
Oh, it's you! Have you thought of any more of those brilliant ideas of
You can do
yours?
that for future adventure games, though. Got your coal.
I found the two of you another lump of coal so that you can stop fighting over the one you have.
Oh, let me see! A lump of coal! And what a beauty it is, too! Oh, marvelous! Now we can stop fighting, sister. Your Highness can just keep the old lump of coal, and I'll take this new one.
Quite right. That settles
I love
everything.
that sound effect.
As a token of our endless esteem and royal favor, please accept this magnificent and truly incredible spoiled egg.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Let me see that lump of coal, Your Highness.
So adventure gamey.
It is a beauty, isn't it?
It is.
Why, it's bigger than my lump of coal. Let me have it immediately.
Over my dead body, Your Highness. It's my lump of coal, and it is indeed larger and much grander. Just look at that sheen.
I demand you exchange with me immediately.
That's a little shrug. So many little touches in this game that they didn't need to do.
The spoiled egg has a slightly yellowed shell that bulges
Thanks,
in
game.
spots from the pressure of the gases inside.
I thought they might be going with that. Yellow, gases, bulges inside.
There's no reason to put the spoiled egg in the empty skull.
I mean, you don't know that. Oh, wait, no. The sulfur is something else, isn't it? So far, I really liked all of the, like, DRM manual stuff on the Sacred Mountain. That was fun. Be cool if more modern games did stuff like that. Swamp ooze, Styx water, sacred water, falling water. Charming a creature of the night. Skull full of hot oak embers, sulfur, strand of pure-hearted maiden's hair. So I gotta get hot oak embers in the skull, but I've got the sulfur now. Okay. Yeah, I noticed it seemed like the earlier, because the PDF I have of the manual from Good Old Games has one for King's Quest IV, and it looked like that was very straightforward, like non-diegetic piracy, instead of it being kind of a secret that you had to read through. Well, games like One Shot have done modern-day fourth wall breaking equivalents. Is this thing on this table new?
Alexander picks up the bottle.
Was that there before? I feel like I've been on the screen a million times.
To the right of the path is a little coffee table.
Fuck even is that?
The little bottle contains some sort of potion and bears a label saying, "Drink me." That's rather forward of it.
Alice in Wonderland, okay. Hold on to that for now. We'll check the rest of this island. Oh, thanks. I've been scanning all of these screens for stuff that looks new. I guess there's this book, too.
Piles of stacked books, looking ready to topple at any moment, have been arranged haphazardly on the sandy ground.
the rock on the starting
Alexander doesn't
beach.
need anything more from Bookworm or his friends.
Hey, thanks, game. I appreciate when you're straightforward about that. Save. We're still doing okay. I haven't been back to the Isle of Beasts in a while.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation. A little fawn is feeding on a grassy hillock near the sea.
What's up, fawn?
The fawn is too busy eating to pay attention to Alexander.
We're going to use the iceberg lettuce there. Right. This was the gate where they're, like, following me. I don't think I got past this before. Well, I have new items now. Can I bribe them?
The stone archer would undoubtedly shoot Alexander long before he managed to climb up the wall to try
fawn.
that.
Try to use the drink me potion. Try to block the arrows.
Alexander decides to pass through the gate, preparing the shield just in case.
No, thanks, game. That wasn't what I was intending to do, but probably would have given up on the shield.
Completely shatters the shield. Good thing the arrow didn't hit Alexander.
Can I pick up the arrow? No. I like when adventure games destroy items. It's like a relief, right? Like, oh, good.
Alexander walks forward to step onto the gazebo. But the rose hedges on either side of the path, sensing an intruder's presence, reach out their vines and blend together. The path is blocked.
Interesting.
Flowering rose hedges grow on either side of the path winding north.
Can I do anything with them?
Alexander takes a magnificent white rose from the rose hedges. The hedge over the path is covered with thorns, and its vines are thick and strong.
Cannot part with his hands.
Alexander cannot part the hedge with his hands.
Okay, so I guess the knife.
The dagger isn't strong enough to cut through the magical hedges.
Well, that's fine, but thank you, game, for giving me custom text for the dagger. Let's try the scythe.
Alexander wields
Cute.
the scythe, determined to get past the magical rose hedges. The leaves fly as Alexander tries to cut the branches faster than they can grow back together.
Got this, Alexander.
He sees light. He's through.
Oh, this place is gnarly. Whoa, it's a beast man.
Enter Beast Garden.
My name is Alexander.
Is he like Beauty and the
I
Beast
didn't mean to
beast?
disturb your private garden.
No. And yet, monsieur, you could hardly have accidentally broken through the 3 enchanted traps of the Isle of the Beast.
I suppose it is simply my nature to break through enchanted traps.
You must be a prince, then.
Princes
I know
are
the
good
nature
at...
of princes all too well. This face you see before you is hideous, is it not?
Well...
Oh, is that the voice of Beast in the Disney movie?
It is really...
Alexander, okay.
Noble.
Ha! I'm glad you like it, for you will soon own one just like it. I too was once a pretty prince, caring for nothing but adventuring and rescuing fair maidens. But I rankled one too many evil hags. One dark night, I was turned into this obscenity you see before you, warped in shape and trapped on this enchanted island over 100 years ago.
Surely there is a way off this island.
Surely.
Oh, surely. You broke in, did you not? And yet think, where would I go clad so eloquently as I am with this silk and this pelt? You see, my prison is also my sanctuary. You are the first to break through the barriers in lo these many years. That is, except for the
Hey, the
druids who
druids.
stole my heirloom coat of arms.
I have to know
If
about them
there's
to get
any way
here
I
because
can
of the
help.
scythe.
Help? You? I'm afraid you don't understand. The enchanted barriers were a warning and protection
Oh
for
no,
you,
is this a game over
more than
condition?
for me.
Whoops.
Your prize for forcing your way past them is to join me in this dire life. By the laws of this sorcery, you are doomed to be trapped in the form of a beast. Your reward for broaching this garden is to be my slave. A slave as beastly as I am. You have only a few hours of humanity left.
Cool.
That's not possible. There must be some way to break the enchantment. Spells always have a weakness somewhere.
Do they
The
though?
enchantment you are under is tied to my own. Oh, the sorceress left me a way out. But I'm afraid it was only her final bitter joke. You see, I need only find a maiden to join me here, to share my castle, my life, willingly.
Okay, it is Beauty and the Beast.
Take another look at me. You can't help but admire the hag's terrible cruelty and cunning.
I shall try to find such a maid. For
Find a maiden.
Cassima's sake.
Okay,
Truly?
I will try.
How determined of you. I personally would not waste my last few hours as a man on an impossible errand. However, you may do as you please. I give you this token.
Maidens that I have access to. There's really only the one.
The only heirloom I have left. If perchance you should... If you think you have found a maid...
I shall give her this ring.
Yes.
Is there actually like an hours counter if you leave the game up for 3 hours? Will you turn into a beast? That would be great. Jonathan Blow shit, right?
Is short. Count the minutes on your fingers while your fingers you have, pretty prince. Your master will await you.
Oh, you have a time limit. Okay. That's funny. Gotta book it, Alexander.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Look around at how lucky we are on the Isle of the Crown.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Okay, I guess I gotta talk to her before she gets called into her house, too. Hey, they moved her.
Looking at the serving girl reminds Alexander of the years he spent as a slave under the evil wizard Mananan.
It's an earlier game.
He wishes there was some way he could help her. She looks very shy and nervous as she tends her roses. The girl is too shy and fearful to talk to a stranger, especially a tall, handsome one such as Alexander.
King's Quest III.
Alexander is greeted with silence.
Let's see. Show her the ring.
Beast's ring is made of pure, heavy gold, and
Is that
bears an
similar
insignia
looking to my
possibly
ring?
related to Beast's princely past. Alexander can't break Beast's spell. The ring needs to be given to a maiden.
I like the idea of like a spin-off King's Quest game where you play as the Beast.
Excuse me,
This is just what princes do.
but I have
They're all
someone
adventure
I'd
game
like to tell you
protagonists.
about.
Please, sir. I'm not allowed to talk to strangers.
Oh, I know there's a time limit. To talk to strangers. If she's tending flowers, will she be less
Pardon
weird?
me, maid. I hope you don't think me forward, but I see that you like roses. I thought you might, perhaps, like a fresh white rose.
Alexander can
I feel like
see
that should make her run
conflict in the
screaming,
girl's
but
pretty face as she fights between her distrust of him and her desire for the white rose. The rose wins.
Aw.
Oh, I shouldn't, sir, but it is so lovely. I've never seen a rose of white. It looks so pale and delicate. Wherever did you find one of such a color?
There are many hedges of them on the Isle of the Beast, and they grow together like magic.
Oh, truly? What
They have
an
a lot of
adventure that must be to see them.
soft lock
But I
possibilities.
should not speak so, especially to a stranger. Thank you for the rose, though, kind sir.
Will you take the ring now?
Alexander has a thought about the serving girl. He decides to bring up the
Hey,
subject
there's this
of
monster.
beast with her.
You can live with him forever.
Let me tell you about the place where the white
It's probably
roses
less
grow.
shitty than your
The Isle
stepmom
of the
is.
Beast is an enchanted place.
Cinderbella over here.
There's a path running through a deep forest. The path crosses 3 magic blockades, set to keep all visitors away. At the center lives a tremendous beast.
Really? Magic blockades? How exciting! What kind of a beast? Is it very terrifying and ferocious?
It is a beast that walks on 2 legs and dresses like a prince. It speaks with the voice of a man.
A beast that talks and wears clothes? How is that possible? Is the beast magic too?
Not magical, enchanted. Beast was once a prince, but a witch trapped him in the form of a beast. And
So my
set
name
him
is
on a
Dennis.
ladder.
I didn't know you were called
There
Dennis.
he
You
lives
didn't
in a
ask.
castle in the midst of a
Sure, he doesn't go by
How
Beast.
terrible. Imagine how lonely he must be.
It is a very lonely prospect, isn't it? Oh, I have met him, you see. He is indeed ferocious, but who would not be?
He really exists? Oh, how it breaks my heart. If I could, I would tend to such a beast. Such a beast might find comfort in a kind face. Do you not think it so?
Oh, I think it's so.
I don't think so. I think he's just
I
Beast.
very much think it's so. You would not be afraid of him?
Afraid? Maybe at first. But how silly of me to speak so. The roses in this little yard are the only magic I will ever see.
Isn't
I
Eric the
could
prince
take
from
you
Little
there.
Mermaid?
In fact, I would owe you my life if you would go.
The original story is
If you
French, isn't
truly
it?
wish to go.
You are serious? I could leave here? Oh, I have always dreamt of leaving. But to actually go... This is the only home I have ever known.
Home is a hard place to leave, even if you're unhappy there.
But I will go.
He's so manipulative.
If I can help him, I must go.
There you go. What a salesman. I mean, you can skip the $200 key replacement insurance,
Is
but
there nothing you wish
you
to
will
take
lose
with
that
you?
key.
There is nothing.
Then take this ring. It is his. He will be pleased if you would wear it.
Why, it's the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. Thank you kindly, sir.
Beauty! Where do you think you're going?
Turns
To a
out she's
place
the
where
actual
roses
maiden.
grow, and to someone who truly needs me.
Hey, teleported me. Thanks, game. And this game's so nice
I see you wear
sometimes.
my ring. You willingly agreed to spend
Dude,
your life
dude,
here with me?
Don't
You know what
open
that means.
with that, dude.
Yes, my lord, I
Holy
do.
shit.
I have been touched by your story.
Whoa.
Alone need not
Beast has been
sentence you
burned
to
before and
endure
has found out that he doesn't have the same
Oh,
priorities
but
on
he
like
has a
the
gentle face
5th or 6th
and
date.
kind.
You look at me so sweetly and are not
He wants to get that out of the way.
Oh, by the light of your eyes, my spirit
You want kids,
soars.
right?
The enchantment! It is broken!
I am pleased to have served you, my lord. Do you still wish me to stay?
What? Speak not such nonsense, Beauty. Do you think that I learned nothing of true love during my time here? You are my queen.
Oh, my clothes! This gown!
Yeah,
How
right.
well it suits your noble heart.
Hey guys.
Alexander, how
He's
can
not
I
a prince, he's a
ever repay you?
judge.
I have nothing to offer except my gratitude. But please, take these old clothes.
Okay.
Perhaps you'll find someone in need during your travels.
You have already repaid me by your example of courage, Beauty. And by your friendship, I hope.
You will always have our friendship and loyalty, Prince Alexander. But from a fellow adventurer, take some advice. If you find your true love, protect her with your life. Fear all beasts without the redeeming humanity of love. And to aid you, accept my mirror. Now that my life is no longer hung in false shadows, I have no need for it. Give it to someone with nothing to fear from the truth it reveals.
Okay.
Thank you. I wish you both well.
Come, beauty.
Oh, does
Let me
this
take you
creature have the shiny... Yep. It's the genie. Cute. Always out of spying on
Fountain
me.
In the middle of the clearing bubbles with fresh, glittering water. Alexander feels his pockets carefully to make... The gate has been firmly shut and latched.
Okay.
It looks like the prince and his beauty need some time alone.
Plot can branch. It's my first time being able to explore this
The
area.
hedge
I assume there's
continues
something
back towards
here.
the castle and forms what appears to be a maze.
In a mirror.
Beast's mirror consists of
Yeah,
a piece
she
of glass
basically
set
described what
into
sounded like a
decorative
bad
frame.
ending.
The glass is unusually clear, and the image particularly true. Alexander is carrying an old, battered hunter's lamp. The lamp contains baby's tears.
Right. I've already been putting stuff in the lamp. So I should move the sacred
Alexander
water in there
examines the
too.
oracle's vial. It looks very fragile. Inside, he can see crystal clear water. Alexander pours the contents of the oracle's vial into the hunter's lamp with the baby's tears. The vial, now empty of its sacred fluid, disintegrates.
Falling water, I see. Thought it was gonna be
Alexander
rain.
fills the hunter's lamp to the brim with the fountain water.
Don't fill it to the brim, dude. Jeez. Okay, so it should have all of them now,
Alexander
right?
is carrying the lamp contains sacred water, baby's tears, and fountain water.
Cool. So now that's one of the puzzles. That's the second one, right? Make rain. Speak the incantation over a teapot to enchant. Heat to boiling to activate. The oracle said something like, sneaking in seemed like it was going to be the bad ending if I just tried to go straight there. And that needed to get allies to get further than that. Did I interpret that wrong? Yeah. Let's see, I need to find a way to deal with the druids. I guess I can try rain.
The path, like destiny.
Oops.
Alexander is a little...
Get out of the water.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Let's see. Mist is the only place I can think of to do new stuff.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Try casting the spell to... Oh, this seems bad.
Great gods, did you see that? The man just appeared from nowhere.
Perhaps he was sent by the spirits. I see no boat.
He is an intruder, no matter how he got here. Grab him!
Okay, no opportunity to
Not
switch.
again. Look, I'll leave. It's no problem.
I think not. Let's go.
I'm enjoying it so far, Katie.
Alexander is frozen at the spectacle.
We found a trespasser on the beach, Archdruid.
Saw this last time, part of it.
Archdruid. Now what has Alexander wandered into?
This must be the foreigner we were warned about.
Hey,
How
more
appropriate that he should come
Tony
during
J,
our
okay.
rain festival.
Rain Festival, yep.
Place him in the sacrificial cage.
Wait! I must rescue the princess!
There's an ancient druid saying, a man who would save others must first save himself.
Alexander is
items?
pushed into the confining wicker cage.
Oh, the scythe and the coal, you mean? Every time you come back, you get put in the cage?
And the cage is swung out over the bonfire.
Okay, I still can't use items.
Alexander starts to feel a little warm.
Am I able to cast that spell before coming to the island and have it work? Because it seems like that's the solution.
The cage is getting uncomfortably hot. Mercifully, Alexander passes out from the heat before the first tongues of flame ignite the wicker.
And then he died.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
Even though he doesn't
Feeling hot
scream.
and sweaty? Try a shower.
Thanks, game. Make sure that I've got the...
lamp.
Yep. You know, I didn't grab replacement flowers.
Alexander takes a magnificent white rose from the rose hedges.
I feel like whenever it lets me have an infinite source of something, I should try to have it on me. Alright, can I just... Well, let me try to just cast a spell, see if it lets me. It mentioned something about doing it over boiling water, but... Make rain.
Alexander prepares to enchant the hunter's lamp with the Make Rain spell incantation.
Clouds of thunder, shafts of light, come and sup with me tonight. Waters 3 have I for tea, brew a tempest now for me.
Yeah, they're cool.
The lamp in Alexander's hand gives a little perk. He hopes the spell works despite his makeshift teapot.
Ah, sure. So do I just need to cast a spell? I guess I can go and try it. I'm okay to ask, though.
Alexander rubs the lamp.
Is it just ready to trigger automatically now? Am I going to get an option if I go back to the Druid Island, or do I have to do something else to get it to work before I go there? It'll trigger. Okay. Thanks.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Oops.
Alexander.
You okay, Marty?
Alexander feels a strange pulling
You
sensation.
dying of hunger? It's impressive you're making it through the RTX.
Great gods, did you see that?
Perhaps he was sent by the spirits. I see no boat.
He is an intruder, no matter how he got here.
Not again.
I think not. Let's go.
I do like the not again. He has memories of dying.
Alexander is frozen at the spectacle before.
We found a
Uh-oh.
This must be the...
Wait! I must rescue the princess!
There's an ancient druid saying, a man who would save others must first save himself.
They gotta just make an adventure game where every character is voiced by Tony
pushed
J.
into the confining wicker cage. And the cage is swung out over the bonfire.
Come on,
Alexander
Rain.
starts to feel a little warm. The bottom of the cage is getting uncomfortably hot. This cage is really hot. Fire in the cage.
This is different, at least.
Alexander pulls out Beauty's old slave clothes, desperate to beat out the flames.
Oh, that's
The
cute.
flame
Didn't
is
happen last
extinguished,
time.
but the clothes themselves burn to cinders. Alexander won't be able to keep the cage from igniting for long. The heat and movement must have jarred something.
Oh, right, it's supposed to boil.
Something that Alexander's carrying is starting to jiggle around. Egad, something's really percolating.
Alright, so Beauty's clothes were required to do
The water
this.
in Alexander's lamp is hot. It's just about boiling.
But that didn't happen last time until I had the spell.
Alexander feels a drop. It starts to rain.
Yay!
That man is a powerful nature wizard. By the sacred oak, let him down!
Oh, there's a sacred oak. Later, after a short but furious thunderstorm.
I must apologize for our rude welcoming committee. We've been feeling inhospitable ever since the winged ones stole our sacred miniature oak tree. Besides, Vizier Al-Hazred sent a message that we were to watch out for a highly dangerous foreign assassin. I assume you are the one he meant.
I'm sure I'm precisely who he meant. I assure you, I mean to harm no one, unless that person threatens the princess. I'm sorry to have disrupted your ceremony, but I'm running out of time.
What is it that you seek?
The oracle on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain told me I should speak to you about the realm of the dead. She told me of 2 souls in unrest there that I might be able to free.
Free souls in the realm of the dead? You're mad.
The souls might be able to help me on my mission to save the princess. It's imperative that I do everything I can. The risks are not important.
No. And yet getting yourself killed will hardly help the princess. But I will tell you what I know. Legend has it that it is the right of any human to challenge the Lord of the Dead in order to save his own life or the life of another already past. But the knowledge of how to do this was lost centuries ago. I have only heard of one who tried it. A young knight who came to the land of the Green Isles from a distant land long ago. According to the story, he was determined to challenge the Lord of the Dead for the soul of his dead lover. It is said that he tamed the Lord of the Dead's horse, a black-winged, demon-hearted beast named Nightmare. Nightmare sometimes flies to the human world to feed on certain noxious plants. Those unfortunate enough to see her are glad to escape with their very souls intact. Somehow, the knight captured Nightmare and rode off on her back, supposedly to the realm of the dead. But neither the knight nor his lover ever returned. If there was a means for challenge, it was lost with the night.
I see. Can you tell me anything about the Lord of the Dead?
Ah, that is a blacker matter still. To the druids, he is Samhain, lord of coldness and despair. Samhain was once a man like you or I, but he insulted the gods and was sentenced to rule the underworld. Immortal he is and mateless, robbed of sleep, robbed of movement, robbed of companionship. It is said that he hates all mortals even more for the mortality that he lost. That is all I know.
Interesting. I shall remember.
Now look how the oak embers of our bonfire
Oak
still
embers?
glow hot despite the rain. If you're bent on your course, you'll need courage that's just as impervious to the chill. May your luck last longer than your storm, brave one.
May it indeed. Thank you, Archdruid.
This looks like I can precast spells. I'm going to try to do some of that here. I think I can do the one with the embers. I need to double check the other one. I have
the strand of hair from the red ribbon is the color of midnight.
Maiden's hair. What do we got here? Hold on.
Alexander scoops up some of the red-hot embers in the ancient human skull.
Put some of your fire in my cool skull over here. Oh wow, that's a really cool looking.
Alexander is carrying a human skull filled with embers. The embers are glowing with heat.
Yeah, I'm trying to save on like every screen, pretty much. Alright, so that finishes that spell. Swamp Ooze, River Styx Water, Black Horse Feather. So I need to get River Styx Water, but I'm guessing I'm going to get that now. Already did make rain. Charm a creature of the night. Skull, sulfur, strand of maiden's hair. Okay, so I have all three of those. Presence of the creature, speak incantation over the skull. Add the hair and the brimstone.
Alexander puts the strand of hair into the skull.
And the sulfur.
Alexander cracks the spoiled egg and dumps it into the skull containing the embers and the strand of hair. The spoiled egg hisses as it makes contact with the hot embers. Zounds, the steam.
Love the narrator.
Phew, the smell of sulfur.
Okay.
Alexander doesn't need... Alexander examines the skull and feels a sense of his own mortality.
Makes sense.
The druids, exhausted after the bonfire festivities, are asleep in their treehouses. Alexander doesn't need to disturb them.
I wonder why they bothered having the Maiden's Rest get destroyed.
The way north is blocked by impenetrable forest.
When you needed to have the rain spell from having saved the Maiden in the first place in order to get them. Maybe it was a way to justify why you weren't dying immediately. All right.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Oh, it's the other branch. All right, let's see.
Alexander feels a strange
Actually, I have no idea
sensation.
where to look now. Oh, the mists. Oh, really? Dress is used for other reasons. Okay. So you either go to the druids or you don't. Now, I went to the druids assuming that what the oracle told me was that the druids would guide me to the true ending. Is that the right path, basically? Okay, thanks. Sorry, I don't know what kind of clear it is.
Vines have begun to climb the castle's stucco walls.
I think I want to do anything here now.
The bushes near the side wall of the castle.
I need to find a way to go to the land of the dead, right?
Alexander is carrying a human skull filled with oak embers, a strand of hair, and a spoiled egg. The embers are glowing.
So... Oh, yeah, no problem. I honestly have no idea where to go because as far as I know, all of the endpoints of all of these maps have been fully explored. So I am open to hints if anyone has one. Just knowing what island to be on would be helpful.
Alexander pulls out.
I should be done with the Sacred Mountain. Poisonous plant. I mean, I have the stinky one.
Alexander feels.
Maybe there's more to do here because they mentioned their miniature oak thing being stolen. Maybe that's meant to send me back here. So nice of them to not make you climb the whole thing again. Was that when he was trying to... Oh.
Alexander arrives at the top of the cliffs, somewhat winded after his long but uneventful climb.
I gave him a mint, basically. There was a dude up here. Was this that plant?
Black berries grow only at the top of the bush, as though straining towards the sun.
Calm down, girl.
Nightmare ignores Alexander.
There's Nightmare. Save really quick.
Alexander decides to take the straightforward
It's
approach
gonna end
and
badly.
grab the black creature. Nightmare is not amused.
Let's not try that.
Colors of flame burst from the center of the incredibly stinky flower and drip onto its petals. The flower's appearance is as flamboyant as its smell. The rose... This rose... Nightmare merely eyes the object in Alexander's hand with suspicion and goes back to eating the nightshade. Alexander holds the skull out to Nightmare. Nightmare is unmoved by the skull, at least in its current state.
Its current state. Speak incantation over the skull. Let's try it.
Alexander solemnly speaks the incantation over the skull.
Creature of night, to me succumb. Fire and brimstone leave thee numb. Purity bind thee like a chain, to do whate'er I now ordain.
Whoa! Cute animation.
Nightmare flares her nostrils at the scent of the fire and brimstone.
That's it. Come on. I need passage to your homeland, fiery one.
I'm wondering if I need to grab a feather off
Unable
it.
to resist the power of the
I
enchanted
already have a
smell,
black feather, but...
Nightmare approaches Alexander. Her eyes appear glassy and sightless. In her hypnotized state, she is unaware of the humans so close to her flank, or of anything at all except that marvelous smell.
Now ride!
Whoa! It's cool.
Nightmare deposits
Oh, you
Alexander
found it in the
on a
cliffs,
strange,
okay.
cold world. And some of the inhabitants don't look too friendly. Restless spirits are bound to the surface of the underworld. Chained by earthly cares, they are unable to go below. These two spirits wander together. The spirit of a beautiful and noble-looking woman floats silently alongside that of a desperate-looking man.
Zombie doesn't seem friendly. Let me save really quick.
The ghoulish, animated bodies of the undead roam the haunted landscape.
Who are you, poor undead creatures? I see. How interesting.
Alexander hesitates to break the mournful, heavy atmosphere by speaking aloud.
Too spoopy.
Uh-oh. One of the wandering ghouls
Guess I
brushes
was
up
smart to
against
walk away from
Alexander.
it.
The touch of the putrid flesh dissolves the living matter like acid.
Oh no. Okay. Good thing I saved.
Oh. Next.
Alexander's mother always told him to avoid bad ghouls.
Whoa. It's like I was just
The
here.
spirit of a woman hangs like a puff of smoke in the air. She is weeping and appears to be very distressed about something.
It's cool that you actually have to go to the place that you go to when you fail.
Why do you not rest, sad spirit?
Rest? I cannot rest. My son is lost.
Lost? You mean in this realm?
No. His spirit is stuck in the land of the living, probably looking for me. But I cannot leave to go show him the way. My poor Ali.
Is there anything I can do?
Take this handkerchief. If you get back to the land of the living and find him, tell him that his mother is waiting for him here. By this kiss, he'll be able to find his way to the realm of the dead.
I'll do my best to find him.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my Ali.
Okay, so I can talk to the ghosts. Maybe?
Uh-oh. One of the wandering...
Oh man, I got locked into place once I pressed the talk. So maybe I'm not allowed to talk to them. Okay, keep going.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
Alexander's mother always told him to avoid
bad ghouls. Oh, I can't talk to them? Okay.
Who are you, grieving spirits?
I am Queen Allaria of the land of the Green Isles, and this beloved spirit is my husband, King Caliphim. We were murdered in our beds by our trusted Vizier, like a viper.
The Vizier is a
He
bad
slept
guy.
during the night and stabbed us in our sleep. Now
I mean, I guess we knew he was bad already, but...
and he will not
Oh my
speak.
god!
Then
Although
you are
actually
the
it was
ones
sort of
I
obvious.
seek. Are you not the parents of Princess Cassima?
Our daughter.
At this point, I'm surprised if a Vizier is,
I know
or
that she
Chancellor is a good
alive
guy.
and safely back in
The
her
only one I
kingdom
know of is
after
the
being
Chancellor
rescued from
in
Mordak.
Super Mario RPG,
But I'm afraid
and the one in
I've not
FF6.
personally seen her. Alhazred is keeping her in her room in mourning for you.
I am glad to hear of her return, but she will not be safe alone with that devil. Oh, that we could be there to protect her.
Cassima, how I fail thee.
My poor husband will never rest while our murder goes unavenged and our daughter is in danger.
I came to take you back with me. Your people are still loyal to you. They need to know about the Vizier. Cassima needs you too.
But this is the realm of the dead. We cannot leave it. Nor, for that matter, can you. The only one who might be able to return us all to the land of the living is the Lord of the Dead. But he
Chancellor's
will
only
never
slightly
help
likely
us.
to be plotting
He
against
has no mercy.
I might be able to convince him.
the tied-up Chancellor is still the
Take this.
ancestor
It is
of
my
another
ticket
shitty
to the
Chancellor in the
underworld.
present.
There you will find the Lord of the Dead. I cannot use the ticket as long as I'm chained here. And if we cannot be avenged, I will never be unchained.
Thank you. Perhaps it will save us all.
Oh, do they say tickets only?
If you can ease my husband's torment and help our daughter, we will be most grateful.
It's cute.
I will do my best. Goodbye, Queen Allaria.
That's pretty fun. I like that they've integrated the game over condition into the actual game itself. Dig that.
The spirit of a Why do you... Is...
Bye.
I'll...
Thanks.
Handkerchief. Save again out of an abundance of caution. Dead pirate. Hey, that's pretty great.
The skeleton to the left of the path hands something to the spirits that approach the underworld entrance.
Ticket, please. Next.
See what I can inspect here.
Alexander is standing at the entrance to the underworld. The entrance is a huge tendon-covered skull. The skull's mouth is the doorway to whatever lies below. Two solemn skeletons admit the spirits who seem to be drawn trance-like to enter the skull. A uniformed skeleton stands guard at the entrance to the underworld. He takes something from the passing spirits and then waves them on into the underworld. A strange skeleton with a long horse-like head and ceremonial armor stands at the base of the path to the underworld. He watches over new arrivals with a discerning eye, handing tickets to the spirits desiring admittance. A large bone keyring hangs from his waist.
Bone keyring, eh?
A group of large bones form an interesting arrangement.
Oh, are we going to do the itchy and scratchy?
Two smaller bones are propped up on the ground near the larger group.
Is it a bone xylophone?
Alexander picks up the two bones on the ground. Now, what do these bones remind him of?
Sound two distinct tones.
Now I remember.
The skeletons are overcome
Xylobone.
with the musical call of the bones. They begin to jiggle, then to dance.
Hey, look how happy they are. Has Alexander played the xylophone in a prior game? Hey, they're dancing too. That's cute. It's catchy. It's great. The one skeleton was basically doing a Peanuts Schroeder dance. Nice finish, man.
Alexander finishes his tune, and the skeletons resume their posts. Despite their frolic, they don't seem any friendlier. Alexander picks up the skeleton key.
Skeleton key.
The ghostly ticket reads, Admit 1. Alexander is carrying the Mother Ghost's translucent handkerchief. The skeleton key is made out of small bones.
That makes sense.
I have a ticket.
Oh, on. Next.
Whoa. I really like that you actually explore this place. It just seemed like it was a cute game over location. Well...
Apparently, Alexander's not the only one who's curious about the body on the path.
Okay.
The knight is wearing one black gauntlet. There appears to be some writing on the gauntlet, but Alexander can't quite make out what it says. The knight is wearing an old, tattered ribbon. It must have once meant much to him as a sign of his lady's favor. A knight's remains lie abandoned on the path. The knight, like Alexander, must have been alive when he entered the underworld, but for some reason he never reached his destination.
That's
Alexander
cool.
wonders if this is the knight the druid spoke of. Alexander takes the knight's black gauntlet and examines the writing on it. Flesh may cross the portal and seek its master, death. Flesh may go where death is trod, and challenge, like Scheherazade, he who reigns beneath the sod, to spare a mortal's breath. Zounds, that sounds serious.
No kidding.
The ribbon is so old it would crumble at Alexander's touch.
Okay.
The knight's skeletal hand seems bare without the gauntlet. The gauntlet is flesh may cross the portal and seek its master, death. Flesh may go where death has trod, and challenge, like Scheherazade, he who reigns beneath the sod, to spare a mortal's breath. The gauntlet is made of black iron and has a
Oops. Sorry, it's a cool message. Alright, so there's a little river down
An
here.
ebony mass of liquid flows below the path. It must be the river Styx.
I gotcha.
The little china teacup contains swamp ooze. Alexander will have to get a little closer to the river Styx in order to collect some river water in that teacup.
I appreciate when the game is like, we know what you're trying to do. It really makes me wonder if they showed this game to people to test, and then they took notes whenever they tried to do something that was reasonable but wasn't exactly what they had planned for, right? Like, I wish more adventure games would do that. Or games in general that require you to solve puzzles like these. I don't have to add alternate solutions, but just acknowledging that what I was trying was insane. I assume I can do it here?
Alexander doesn't want to experiment. Alexander scoops a little of the river Styx into the teacup with the swamp ooze,
Sweet.
being careful not to get any of the black water on his skin.
I like how the spells in this game are a neat way to like make this part of the game kind of non-linear, right? But requiring you to get 3 different things to do one thing.
The realm of the dead is a very...
No time for me to read the book. I don't remember what
Alexander
the third thing
is
was.
carrying the realm of...
Okay, so no casting spells here. I thought I wrote it down though. So the feather maybe?
The realm of the dead.
Alright, that's fine. You want coins because you're Karen. Does it even say?
Coins from the skeleton in the catacomb.
Will these coins do as fare for passage?
Charon accepts the fare and waves Alexander onto the boat.
I thought CH was a K sound in Greek. Is it Karen or Charon? The worst kind of Karen. Wants to speak to my manager. Alright, let's save again. Kai. Okay.
The large wooden gate at the end of the path
Also
is
pronounced
closed.
Kai.
The wooden gate... Alexander reaches out to open the gate. Suddenly, the wood trembles beneath his fingertips.
Probably something else to look at here. Oh, creepy! Whoa, that's pretty cool looking.
What touch has awakened my slave?
Hey, more Tony J, good choice.
I smell the blood of a mortal. Reach out thine hand again, fleshy human, that I might devour it. It has been centuries since I last ate.
Hey, man.
Despite his fear, Alexander summons his bravest voice to command the living gate.
I would pass, gate. I have business with your master.
My master and thine, human. I would be pleased to introduce thee. Only step forward and thou shalt meet him shortly.
No, thank you. I come to meet the Lord of the Dead with my flesh still intact.
And why should I let you past human when I would much rather eat you?
I have been told that there is a way for humans to enter Death's realm.
Those humans.
There must be something I can do. Some task that will allow me to pass through your doors, Gate.
I seem to recall something. A trick. Perhaps, a test.
Riddle?
Yes.
Didn't I read a riddle
Should
book
human
forever
try to
ago?
pass, a
Look in
riddle
my
is
King's
Gate's
Quest text
wont
notes.
to ask.
Provided by humans who wish to pay me
Riddle
tribute.
it is, then.
And if thou wouldst fail to answer,
Love
Gate,
was the missing
his
page that I
thirsty
wrote down in my
jaws
notes.
will be thy fate.
Agreed.
Listen as though it meant thy life then, human, for it surely does. My first is foremost legally. My second circles outwardly. My third leads all in victory. My fourth twice ends a nominee. My whole is this gate's only key.
Oh, foremost legally.
My first
Circles
is foremost
outwardly.
legally. My second circles outwardly. My third leads all in victory. My fourth twice ends
LOV.
a nominee. My whole
E.
is this gate's only key.
Uh-huh. So that's cool. You could solve it if you didn't see the riddle book earlier.
The answer is love.
The look on his face when he solved it.
Traitor of the mortal plane.
I kind of
How
wish that
didst
I
thou
didn't
guess love?
write that down.
That riddle should never have been solved. Love is unknown in this realm.
Love
I wrote it
cannot be
down.
banished, even from this place. There
I've been
are
looking for it on
still
every screen for the whole game so
surface
far.
above. Still less can it be banished from
I
my
was like, oh
heart.
god, it's a thing that's knowledge that I have to retain and not an item in my inventory.
Quickly, before I change my mind.
Cool. Gnarly.
The servants of the Lord of the Dead stand silently at the head of the path to his throne. The servant...
Excuse me. I'd like an audience, please.
The shrouded guards escort Alexander to the throne of the Lord of the Dead.
Why have you entered my domain?
Whoa, he's really
still
cool
wearing
looking.
Your flesh. If you are so anxious for death, you
Came in
might
strong,
have
like,
found
first
it
edition D&D
easily enough
vibes.
in the land of the living. But since you are here, you are most welcome to stay.
Everything is super
Kiss
fucking
my
lethal.
hand, and you will be one with the spirits. There will be no pain.
Okay, we don't want to kiss his hand. Can use an item.
Alexander is a little busy for that right now.
No spells allowed at the moment. You want a flower?
I brought this, my lord.
That does not explain your presence in my realm, mortal one.
Explain. Guess the whole thing is I'm supposed to...
The gauntlet flesh may cross the portal and seek its master, death.
challenge like
Flesh may go where
Scheherazade.
death has trod, and challenge like Scheherazade, he who reigns beneath the sod.
I seek a boon, my lord.
Why should death grant you anything, mortal?
Alexander is carrying the Mother Ghost's translucent handkerchief.
That doesn't really make sense. Drink doesn't really make sense. I don't just want to start brute forcing him. Is the solution here to use an item on him? I assume it is, but just in case I'm ignoring, like, talking to something or backing up and coming back or interacting with something. It is? Okay. Hey, this knight came down here.
It is a bit too small to fit on Alexander's arm.
What do you think of this poem?
Our will to live is strong, is it not? Never mind. I will reach out to you.
Did I just let a time limit run out?
The Lord of the Dead's touch fills
okay.
Alexander
I think so.
instantly with a numbing cold.
I didn't get a chance to click. Nice. Death waits for no man. Oh, that's cool. New death thing since I'm already in the land of the dead. That makes sense.
Alexander approaches.
Like how you can ask them to take you.
I did not come here to die, but to demand my right of challenge.
Oh, you use a gauntlet to smack him.
Challenge thee.
Okay.
Death by throwing down this gauntlet.
Or throwing it down, that's fine too.
Man may pass the portal.
External knowledge, I guess.
Seek its master, death. Man may pass where death has trod, and challenge like Scheherazade, he who reigns beneath the sod, to spare a mortal's breath.
You know what would be cool?
the gauntlet.
Talk about this after the scene.
Impossible!
He challenges death. Who are you to challenge death?
I'm Alexander.
A man of flesh is all I need to be, my lord.
And what
Only
is
19,
it
but my
that
mind
you
is older.
seek with this challenge? The soul of some dead maiden?
Pretty
I
much.
seek the souls of King Caliphim and Queen Allaria, the land of the Green Isles.
You would save 2 human souls and emerge alive from this realm yourself? That shall be a difficult challenge indeed. The tomb does not open its doors lightly.
Either all 3 of us leave, or none go.
Very well. Then let me think of an appropriate task. Ah, yes. I have it now. Your challenge is this. For thousands of years, I have sat upon this throne. I have heard every sad tale that can be told by human lips. I have seen tragedies that ended empires, injustices that defy reason, love that would light the very stars turn cold and hard. I have seen torments that cannot possibly be borne, and yet must be for centuries. This thing I have never done. I have never shed a tear. Make
That's
me
cool.
cry, thou man of flesh. That is my challenge.
Oh, God.
Make death cry?
Of the peanut
Sooner could
gallery.
he turn sea to stone, or fire to ice.
Okay. Assume that's also going to be an item. Just like use one of the Monkey Island insults on him. Not going to stab him. That doesn't make sense. I guess maybe it's tickle him, but it's possible I would have used the feather already. Stinky flower, I guess.
Alexander contemplates touching the Lord of the Dead has probably smelled much worse things than that
Thanks,
flower
game.
of stench.
Appreciate
It
that.
is unlikely to produce any useful response.
Oh, there is a cow.
Tickling death is a bit of a stretch.
Thank you, game. Wow. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I was like, if they're saying make me cry, then it's probably not just making him sad, right? They probably have custom lines for like the dagger, like it's not gonna affect it. So now I kind of want to see what they all are. Okay, hold on.
That small dagger will hardly stop death. The Lord of the Dead is unlikely to be moved by the Mother Ghost's tale of woe.
It's almost like they want you to do this, so they've got dialogue for all of it. They probably don't have to think of the
That
lamp.
won't save.
Okay, that one's generic.
I have this, my lord.
That does not provoke my tears, mortal. You...
The Lord of the
Oh
Dead.
no! Too late. His hair survives all of that.
If your existence has been all that you say it has,
Oh, is the
then
mirror the
truth
answer?
alone
Okay.
shall be
The other
my
ones were
sword.
cool. I like the tickling one.
The mirror's surface swirls with
That would be what you would do
darkness for a
in
moment,
Monkey
fills
Island.
with images even
King's Island or
blacker.
King's Quest is silly, but not that silly.
Reflections of despair, of wailing souls, of shackles colder and more immutable than any forged by man, of a world of thirsts that can never be quenched. Alexander feels the mirror tremble in his grasp, and is glad that he cannot see its face. But the Lord of the Dead is transfixed to the mirror, to the
Look at
screening
his
of his life.
Spooked eyes.
Things long forgotten are once more uncovered. His enslavement to this throne while still a man. The years of watching misery and horror and growing ever more numb to it. The seep of his own humanity. The slow growth of a new thing altogether, which became that which he is now.
This is pretty awesome.
His is an existence that has no possibility of redemption, no end.
It's cool art too, other than Alexander having Seinfeld hair.
Draw away in pain. The truth is so sharp it stabs, so intense it sears.
Take it away. Make it stop.
Hey, that was
The
awesome.
mirror of truth cracks from the strain, and death sheds a single gray tear.
Truth is indeed a terrible thing.
It was just the one tear. That's
I
pretty
have
great.
worn this mantle for so long, I had forgotten its dreadful weight. You shall take the souls and leave as I agreed. You have been granted to stay from this inevitable reality. I almost envy you.
Guess it's less pants on
Find
head silly
the
and
souls
more.
he has claimed, and bring them to me.
It's more like Alice in Wonderland, right? Which does have silly
King
stuff in it, but it's
Caliphim
always kind of oppressive.
and Queen Allaria, I presume. Your hero has
It's that
won you a
wicked
few
kind of
more
Brothers
years
Grimm.
of mortality. May your souls be more prepared for their rest when you return.
Thank you, my lord.
Cool.
I hope that they will.
And
Don't
you,
touch a zombie on your way
man
out.
of flesh,
You'll insta-die.
my steed shall take the three
Oh,
of
thanks,
you back
Death.
to the land
Good
of
looking
the
out,
living.
dude.
Tell her where it is you wish to go. Until we meet again, then, I assure you, we will meet again.
That's
no
fair.
offense, my lord, but I hope that will be many long years from now.
It is never as long as you might wish, mortal. Now, begone.
Yes, my lord.
Cool. I like that little scene too. The back of Nightmare.
Are you coming, Majesty?
Alhazred's treachery must be handled carefully, Alexander. Allaria and I must go gather our allies and form a plan.
Yeah, that's
Watch over
smart.
Cassima. Make sure she comes to no harm. We will return as soon as we can to take back all that has been stolen from us.
I will keep her safe
He's
until
gonna be
your return.
surprised.
Thank you, son. Your love for our daughter must be deep indeed for you to have undertaken death itself for our sakes.
Indeed. May we succeed in what awaits us, and live long together as a family.
Let's see. Should be able to put the feather in the teacup.
Alexander dips the large black feather into the teacup and stirs the contents gently.
Oh, way to make an impression with the in-laws. Oh, that's cool. The color draining from the feather.
The jet black color of the feather slowly drains from end to tip into the teacup. The teacup mixture blackens and thickens to a paint-like consistency. Alexander carefully puts it away, discarding the drained feather.
Okay, so probably need...
The little chine of a teacup contains a thick, black, paint-like mixture.
Need to get the paintbrush then, right? Isn't that... I think that was one of the things that was in the pawn shop, if I recall. I haven't had a use for yet. Or did I use it for the invisible ink earlier? Blank surface with artist brush, okay. Oh, the lamp guy's back. Okay. What's up?
Good day, peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
Have I ever got one?
Bad business? Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
Well, there's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, I'd be richer than a king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
Here you go, dude.
Alexander wrote.
Excuse me, peddler, but I have an old lamp
No
that
longer
might
need
interest
it.
you.
Did all the puzzles with it.
Ah, an old lamp. And what a nice traditional design, too. Take your pick of my new lamps.
Oh god, I don't know which one.
One of the lamp seller's lamps is squat and red with a corked top. One of the lamp seller's lamps is a small green metal lamp. The handles on either side of the lamp remind Alexander of a sugar
Jollo
bowl.
didn't tell me what it looks like yet. Let me kind of back out here.
I think I've changed my mind. I'm going to keep my lamp for now.
Okay. That's going to be a puzzle. And he said he's not coming back, so I gotta go find him in the castle first.
Hello? Now.
Sorry, I meant to go to the pawn shop. Give me my brush.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
A mysterious old man also patronizes the pawn shop. He steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under his hood.
Haven't I seen you somewhere before, sir?
Sir?
No.
But I'm quite sure. Perhaps on some cliffs.
No.
Isle of the Beast?
No.
Everywhere.
No. Leave me alone.
You can see a shiny eye there.
Not very friendly, is he? The candy dish is empty.
How fare you, good merchant?
I am as content as the sands on the ocean shore, Prince Alex.
I want to trade in my...
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex. Please choose something in exchange for the items on the counter.
Alexander looks closely at the items on the counter to make his selection.
I think I'd like the painter's brush.
Very good, Prince Alex. The painter's brush it is. May your painting go well. Feel free to bring back the brush at any time.
Thank you.
Okay, so, my plan right now is to go into the castle and find Jollo, because he says he wasn't going to come back to the bookstore. I know I have to give him the fake lamp to swap it out, but that's the only way I know of to know what the lamp's supposed to look like. And then come back outside and grab it. I'm assuming that I'm using the paint to get in. Try doing it with these guards.
The book.
Let's see. Cast.
Speaking the incantation would do little good unless there were a painted object nearby to enchant.
Yeah, he told me that last time I talked to him, though. But then he said, come find me in the castle. Have to, like, paint the wall or something.
Feeling artistically inspired, Alexander decides to make use of the large blank castle wall. Ah, a doorway. Just what Alexander was thinking this wall needed.
That makes sense, and now I cast a spell on it, right? Save? I just did. Why? Oh. Okay, so I can't talk to Jollo. I guess what y'all are saying about it. He said he would recognize it and not be able to remember it. How do I know what the lamp looks like then? Or did I already have an opportunity like 5 hours ago and didn't realize it was important? Solve another puzzle first. Is it the guy in the pawn shop? The genie? I guess I don't know why he'd be walking around with his own
Day, Prince Alexander.
lamp. Oh, he's gone. Must not be it.
Good day.
Seems to be gone on this save. Hold on.
If you're
King Caliphim.
No. Yes.
Involving him in the pawn shop, right? I mean, I'm doing this reloading because that's happened before where I walked in and saw Jollo and then I was like, oh, he might disappear.
I will.
Okay. So I can do it with the items I have now, as long as I go in there and solve it before I leave, I guess.
Good.
Towering mightily, a mysterious old man.
Haven't I seen you? But I love docks.
Not very. For no apparent reason, Alexander's flesh crawls at the mere thought of touching the old man.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be interested in?
No!
Would you be?
No!
The only thing he's interested in is the mints, right? Which I ran out before.
Why would the old man be interested in that used hunter's lamp from the Isle of the Beast?
That's very specific. Okay.
Alexander may not at all care for that man in black, but that's no excuse for getting violent.
Well, I guess I gotta do the spell again. It's fine.
There's no point in using...
Would you be... No!
Alexander does not.
Let's go to Cassima.
Would you be... No!
Just gonna brute force it. I honestly have no idea.
Alexander may not at all.
Don't get violence. Jollo said something that may help. Do I have the item that I need for this in my inventory right now?
The man is plainly not going to reveal anything to Alexander, and he doesn't seem receptive to any revelations that Alexander...
Would you be interested? No!
Oops.
Alexander opens the bargain book and reads a paragraph at random.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimer.
Done that before. Clue seems to be...
The old man is plainly not going to reveal...
Those put into words.
Alexander suddenly gets a very sneaky idea.
Assume this shrinks me.
I can't go on anymore. Without Cassima, I'd just rather not live.
Prince Alex, no!
It's true. The Vizier has beaten me. I give up. Poison is my last resort.
Wait, could I have drinking it earlier and then realize it was poison? I thought it was a shrinking potion.
I am... no... more.
How shocked he looks. So it's Romeo and Juliet. Temporary heart-stopping poison.
Oh, what a waste. The poor young fool.
He's dead. He's dead. Wait until Abdul hears. He'll be so pleased.
Seconds later in the castle.
I told you
Oh,
not to
God.
pop it like that. You
That's
can learn to knock like everybody
super cheesy.
else.
While I'm dead, I can see this cutscene, I guess.
Help myself. I have great news. Well, what is it? Prince Alexander is dead.
Oh yeah, I remember him saying if they thought you died. Okay, thanks. For some reason I had it in my mind that
What?
it was a shrinking potion, because that's what it is in Alice in Wonderland.
To be most devious. I saw the whole thing myself.
Because they've done some
He was
remixing,
really
like
and truly quite dead.
Cinderbella.
If what you say is true, it shall be most convenient. You've spent enough time on that little irritant. We must start thinking about the wedding.
Anything, Master? Oh, I do love weddings.
Well, we do want you to look your prettiest, don't we? Now, Shamir Shamazel, to the lamp with you. Prepare yourself, as we discussed.
Alexander's heart lurches to life in his chest.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said, Ramon.
Prince Alex! But you were...
Sorry, friend. I was doing a little acting, I'm afraid.
Ah, of course, the strange cloaked man. You are quite clever, and a bit too exciting for an old man.
Cute. Okay, now I know what it looks like. You can never make too much paste. So since
There's no reason to...
this game and Final Fantasy VIII both went a little longer than I was expecting, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap once we beat this, and then I'll do extra time for Warcraft in the future.
Excuse
we'll
me,
just
peddler,
do
but
one
I
very
have an
long
old
Warcraft
lamp
session
that
instead
might
of a
interest you.
short one tonight. So I only got a little under 2 hours this year.
An old lamp, and what a nice traditional design, too. Take your pick of my new lamps.
That one, please.
A fine choice, my son. Here is your new lamp. Good day, and I thank you, sir.
Good day. And then he leaves forever, so if you fucked it up, that's your last chance.
Drat, another dud.
So would you just get like a normal game over in that case? Instead of a bad ending?
Alexander has obtained a new lamp made of blue-colored glass with a tall, thin neck and a cork-like cap. Alexander and stir.
I do really like the feather draining color. That's a cool touch.
To his amazement, the jet-black color of the feather slowly drains from end to tip into the teacup. The teacup mixture blackens and thickens to a paint-like consistency. Alexander carefully puts it away, discarding the drained feather.
I do like drawing the magic door on this super conspicuous wall. What's that, Kiri?
Alexander will need some...
Right, the save, I didn't get the brush.
Good day.
And give the bird something. Okay.
Would you mind?
Of course, Prince
Alexander.
I think I'd like...
Very...
Thank you. I feel like the pawn shop is an interesting mechanic. It's probably better than you having all those items in your inventory all the time, but... Give the bird the scythe.
The nightingale sings her crystalline song in the boughs of the old tree. The nightingale looks at Alexander curiously, as though waiting for something. Alexander, the little bird...
Am I supposed to give this handkerchief to a ghost person somewhere?
The skeleton key is made out of small bones.
Something appropriate. I've been able to do this for a really long time. Pretty sure I need the
lady's hair
ribbon. See a bird using that to make its nest. Not a long time. I hate to do this, but I have no idea. It's just brute force new stuff.
Alexander holds out the rose, hoping that the bird will deliver it to the same place she took the ring, in the chance that the receiver might truly be
Okay,
Cassima.
I get it.
The nightingale swoops down, grabs the rose, and takes it towards the castle.
white rose. How beautiful. It must be from Alexander.
That's cool.
How I wish that I could see him with my own eyes, but Abdul will never allow it. Be careful, Sing Sing. Do not allow anyone to see you with Alexander.
Kitties, hey. What are you doing?
The little bird returns to her branch without the rose.
That's just what Alexander wanted to happen, and the bird just fucked off with it.
Feeling artistically inspired, Alexander decides to make use of the large blank castle wall. Ah, a doorway. Just what Alexander was thinking this wall needed.
And cast a spell.
With trepidation, Alexander gathers his strength for the enchantment of the painted door. Magic paint, black as ink. Bring to life what I think. Make it real what I draw, according to this spoken law. The spell worked. The door has magically solidified.
Pretty cool.
A very real-looking door now exists in the castle wall.
Should have had a door there anyway.
Eager to be inside the castle at last, Alexander opens the enchanted door and steps inside.
But it's locked.
The magic
Perfect.
door fades back into the wall. So much for an easy exit.
Okay, point of no return, got it.
Alexander opens the dungeon door and slips inside.
Oh, you could see through it. It's cool.
A plain cot is the only furnishing in the stark dungeon cell. Alexander... The cot looks uncomfortable, not to mention a little dusty. Alexander decides against taking a nap there.
I wonder if they gave voice direction to the narrator, like, say this in a cheeky way.
Alexander sees nothing of interest in that part of the dungeon. Alexander sees nothing of interest. Alexander sees nothing of interest. Alexander sees...
Okay. Ooh, spooky spider.
Alexander opens...
Hey, that might be the ghost.
Mother, where are you?
Alexander...
Hey, take the handkerchief.
What's the matter, little boy?
I'm lost. I can't find my mother. I don't know why she would just leave me here. I've been alone ever so long.
You must be the son
voice
of the
actress
spirit
that
I
did
met in
the,
realm of the dead. She gave me this
oysters
handkerchief
earlier.
and asked me to tell you that she's waiting for you there.
It's Mama's. It even smells like her. I can feel her now. I know where to go.
Wait. Before you go, is there anything you can tell me about the castle?
I like to play in secret places. In the basement behind the Man of Steel.
The chances among thousands of dead people.
Nobody except me knows it's there anymore.
Secret behind Superman.
Farewell.
Based on one data point, 100%.
Alexander...
Those all look the same.
There's nothing of it. Alexander doesn't see... There's a strange door on the west wall. There doesn't appear to be any... A suit of armor is...
Okay, so that must be the Man of Metal. Let me look elsewhere first. save really quick. This seems like the kind of place where a random patrolling guard would just kill me.
Alexander decides.
Hey, Jollo. Let's get the lamp for you, buddy.
Alexander, I can't believe it. How did you get into the castle?
Long story.
Actually, it's a little hard to explain.
I bet. You run a terrible risk of being here, though. The castle is crawling with guard dogs, especially today. The Vizier will have your hide if he finds you.
I know that, Jollo. But Cassima is being married today. What greater risk is there than that?
Of course you're right. Young love. I forgot what heartburn it is. But what are you supposed to do about it?
I've got to try to see her. Maybe even stop the wedding.
Is that all? And here I thought you would try something dangerous.
Don't worry about me, friend.
Jollo's great. I love his voice actor.
Where is Cassima?
As far as I know, she's still in her bedroom upstairs. You'd never make it up there, though. The guard dogs are everywhere, and they're very loyal to the crown. Unfortunately, right now the crown means Al-Hazred. If we had proof of something truly afoul, the guard dogs might listen.
Alright, I forgot the guard dogs are like
your enemies, not his.
humanoid.
I understand.
One of them is Tony J.
I've had no lack of enemies since I got here. In fact, you'd almost think I wasn't welcome.
And they say princes have no sense of humor. Well, I can see there's no putting you off. For Cassima's sake, I wish you luck. I'll be here if there's anything you need.
Thanks, Jollo.
Swap out the lamps.
I've been thinking of what you said about swapping a replica for the genie's lamp. I got this lamp from the old lamp seller in town. Do you think it will pass?
Lamp seller. I need your strongest lamp.
Why, yes! It's an exact replica. That's amazing. How did you guess?
See, while I was passed out...
it was intuition.
I'll have to wait for the right moment, mind you. But I should be able to get close enough to swap this for the real thing, and none shall be the wiser. Now you shall see Jollo's skill.
I'm sure your hands are mightier than my sword, my clever friend.
Go ahead and do as you've planned, and let me worry about swapping the lamp. If I accomplish the trickery, I'll manage to get the lamp to you somehow. You never fear.
I have faith, Jollo. You are a true friend.
Oh, shucks. I'd do anything for the princess.
Hooray! Got anything in his room?
The circus notice belongs to Jollo. The wall above Jollo's desk sports a notice of a circus. It seems very old.
I think the idea of it belonging to Jollo is going to stop me from stealing it.
Storage for the bedroom. Alexander doesn't want to intrude on Jollo's privacy by looking through his trunk. Alexander respects Jollo's privacy and leaves his desk alone.
Okay. You have to do a lot in order to get an adventure game protagonist to respect your privacy. Okay, I think they made it sound like going up the stairs is death, so I'm going to try the suit of armor here.
Alexander will need to enter the... Alexander examines the suit of armor, but sees nothing special. In the corner is a suit of armor of ancient design. Its right arm beckons slightly. Alexander feels his...
So that's behind it, right?
Remembering what the
there we
little
go.
ghost said, Alexander
Perfect.
experiments with the suit of armor. He pushes down, then pulls up on the knight's right arm. A secret passage.
Cool. Thought I was going to open the locked door, but that's cool too.
Alexander hears the sound of voices coming from nearby.
Oh, this thing?
Alexander peers through the chink in the wall.
Okay. That's what they meant.
Captain, I've been hearing rumors from the guards who've been watching the princess. They say lately she's been pounding on her door and begging to be let out. Ain't none of my business, sir, but news like that is upsetting the other dogs. Ain't no guard in the castle who would willingly keep the princess anywhere she don't want to be.
Alhazred claims that a foreign intruder
feel
is
like
here to assassinate her.
Collie sounding
why
like
she's got
Tony
to be
J
kept
is
under
the
lock
best
and
thing
key,
ever.
right up until the wedding. Call me an old dog that can't learn new tricks, but I say the princess should be the one given the orders. Alhazred has been in charge for months, what with the king's death and Cassima's mourning. Tonight, the wedding will seal it, and there's nothing we can do about it. Like him or not, he's our liege. Need I remind you of your oath to the crown? Aye, we've an oath. For the sake of the princess, we'll not be forgetting it. He'd just better treat her well.
Speaking of the Vizier, what do you reckon he's keeping in that magical room of his?
It's not a magic room. It's just the door he's enchanted somehow. I say he's still got the royal treasury in there, along with whatever else he's so eager to protect. Not even the court treasurer is allowed in there anymore.
I don't know what dog breed would be appropriate for Tony J.
He was speaking of that door. Black magic is what I say. I heard him say Ali, but then Bay came up and started yapping at me.
Ali. Write that down.
It is not our place to question the practices of our liege, no matter how strange. The wedding will be starting soon. Report to the throne room when you hear the music start.
Oh, thanks. It pops back up in case you didn't get a chance to write it down. Thanks, game. Appreciate that. There's another one. Oh, it skipped some text.
Alexander peers through the chinks in the wall, trying to locate the source of the crying sounds. Alexander's palms begin to sweat and his heart to race. It's Cassima. He's found her.
Save. Okay.
Psst. Princess Cassima.
What? Who's there?
It is I, Alexander. I'm here behind this wall.
My, how suave that sounds.
Alexander? It really is you. Oh, I knew you were close by, but how did you get inside the castle walls?
It's a long story and not important now. You did get my ring.
Oh, yes. It has brought me such comfort, Alexander, to know you were close by and had not forgotten. But you shouldn't be here. You're only endangering yourself.
I don't care about the danger. I would brave anything to learn.
What is it?
Alhazred, do you want to wed him, Cassima?
Sorry, I'm trying to move my mainstream PC mouse here.
Please believe me when I say that I never agreed to marry that man. Even when my father trusted Abdul absolutely. I never liked him. But with mother and father gone, I'm afraid there's no stopping him.
If you do not wish to marry him, Cassima, you shall not. I promise you. Only come with me now, and we shall escape.
How? I cannot fit through this wall. Besides, do you think I could leave my kingdom, my people,
By the way, your parents are alive. Yeah, right.
But Abdul would tear the castle apart if I were to disappear from my room. You shall have to do what you can to delay his plans from your end.
I can't just leave you here.
Alexander, do not despair for me. I have been safe in this room for nearly 6 months now. Abdul can be in no hurry, whatever he plans. After all, I'm to be his bride, am I not? No problem. I have been planning too, you see. I believe I can escape. If I can only get a chance to lay my hands on a weapon, there might be an opportunity in the hustle of the wedding.
But I...
Shh, just a moment more, then you must go. Let us not waste time with words. Please, let me just look at you, dear Alexander.
Alexander looks with longing at the fair Cassima.
That's cool that it makes you use the look command.
He remembered. Alexander stands in the secret passageway, so close yet so far from his heart's desire.
So unrelatable in 2020.
Oh no! Someone's coming!
The lock on Cassima's door rattles abruptly.
Alexander, hurry! Step away before they see you.
Wait, did I have an option to give her a
Alexander
thing
hears
there?
scuffling
Hold on.
and a woman's brief cry from the other side of the wall. Then, silence.
I didn't realize it was an opportunity. I didn't think that I could select items there.
There's no reason.
Okay. It seemed like she wants the dagger. If only I had a weapon. Shit, was this after Jollo? Crap. Okay, hold on.
Alexander...
I've been thinking of what you said about swapping a replica for the genie's lamp. I got
Sorry,
this lamp...
Ben's being bad.
I...
Pass up.
From the east. Remembering a secret. Alex.
Back to where we were. Ali, and it reminds you at the bottom. Thank you, game. And it stays on there for a second to make sure you absolutely saw it.
Alexander.
Phew. So I have to do it on the screen when I'm talking to her, right?
Alexander.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice touch. I didn't notice that before. Yeah, I did.
It's a...
Oh, but... Oh, please. But,
But Alexander stand.
Here you go. Take this.
Here, take this dagger. It's not much, but it might come in handy.
Okay, good.
Why, it's perfect. This is just the sort of thing I've been looking for. Thank you, Alexander.
Go
I'll keep it
stab
close
some
and
people.
use it if I must.
Alexander looks with longing at the fair Cassima. She's even more beautiful than he remembered.
Oh no! Someone's coming!
The lock on Cassima's door rattles abruptly.
Alexander, hurry! Step away before they see you!
You don't want to see what I'm about to do.
Alexander hears scuffling and a woman's brief cry from the other side of the wall. Then, silence.
It's nice to be able to tell short, contained stories that have their own themes, right?
Old walls are
It's often easier than trying to write a full 10-hour game.
Alexander hears the sound of scratching.
It worked for that Game of
from the other
Thrones
side of the
Telltale
wall.
game. Scratching.
Alexander looks through the chink in the wall.
Dear Shadrach, salutations from the Society of the Black Cloak, etc., etc. My long preparations are about to come to fruition.
Right, which you want to do anyway, right? Any good adventure game will get to a certain act and just deplete your
In a
inventory.
matter of minutes, I will wed the lovely Cassima. Once I've established my power and my crown, I can stage another accident. The princess has proven infuriatingly
He wrote
stubborn,
down
as you
nothing
know.
else.
She's becoming quite a dangerous little thorn in my side.
In a way, it is a shame I have to kill her. She is lovely and would be amusing to keep around, but I can't risk her talking treason to one of the guards. So far, I've managed to keep her locked away, but I
So you
can't
taking notes on a
continue that
goddamn criminal conspiracy? Gotta watch The
Well,
Wire
on to it
again.
now. I'd send her to you, but as you know, I had no luck in doing so with Mordak. I close in triumph.
Mordak.
King
That Benzite guy from Star Trek? I am not Mordak.
I think
I am
it's
Mendon.
about time to see if Shamir has taken care of the wench as I asked. It's
Oh, that's
almost
cool.
time for the wedding.
The Vizier's words fill Alexander with blazing anger
Blazing
and
anger.
fear for Cassima's life.
That blackguard! That murderous swine! He'll not have his way if I have anything to say about it.
The old walls are dirty and
Shit. It's the Evil Sorcerers Union.
the old wall. There's a vague outline of what appears to be a door on the wall.
Hey, that's cute.
Alexander sees lots of black cloaks. A storage trunk sits at the foot of the bed. The trunk bears a large brass lock.
Now, you know what I'm about to use for that? Skeleton key.
Alexander inserts the skeleton key in the trunk's lock and
Perfect.
turns it. He hears a click. Alexander opens the trunk.
You only ever heard it as a class in Dungeons and Dragons. I think it's more common as a insult. Coming up with the idea of blackguard being an evil paladin is kind of smart.
The books look interesting, but the
Very
castle
old-timey.
is not a good place to relax and read. Alexander picks up the most recent letter and examines it. The letter is addressed to Abdul al-Hazred from the wizard Shadrach. It reads,
Shadrach,
"Greetings
Meshach, and
to a brother
Abednego.
of the Black Cloak. I was sorry to hear of great Mordak's death, though he was a bit of a ninny at chess. It seems the plans for that little kingdom of yours are coming along. I must congratulate you on your handling of the king and queen. Isolating the islands so that no protest could develop was another brilliant stroke. It looks like there's not much left to stand in your way. Do as I recommended with the girl, and you shall have your crown."
That fiend!
Alexander opens the ebony box and looks inside.
That fiend.
Alexander can read the piece of paper without taking it.
Thanks. Thank you, narrator.
Inside the ebony box is a piece of paper with the word Zebu printed on it.
Is that like the rest of the password?
There's an old bottle of black ink among the box's trinkets. Finding Cassima is no game of chance.
Oh ho ho.
The brush is old and small. Alexander isn't interested in taking it. The box.
Okay.
A fire in a small hearth warms the bedroom. A door leads into the hall. There's a
Probably
keyhole
don't want to
in the
go
door.
that way. Seems like that would be bad.
Alexander crawls. Alexander.
So I think I've got the password to the secret door. Crossing the streams is bad. Can you use the skeleton key on that door? I mean the door... Sorry, the one I just came from.
There's no reason.
There it goes, okay. This one here. Yeah, that was what I thought. Just curious if it worked to let you out and then you would get in trouble or something. You're not supposed to be on the top floor.
Since the door on the west wall has no visible knob or handle, Alexander decides to try to open it with his voice. He composes his words carefully.
Ali Zebu? I said Ali was the first part and he trailed off.
Listen, door. I would have you open.
Sweet.
Ali Zebu.
Hey, listen, door. I don't think you needed that part, buddy, but, you know, you do you.
Decorative shields and spears made of gold hang on the treasure room walls. Graceful urns adorn the cool treasure room.
It means, like, it's a chilly treasure room, not like a rad treasure room.
A curled trumpet hangs on the wall. Those trunks probably contain the kingdom's treasure, once guarded so well and used so wisely by
I would
King
have you
Caliphim,
seat me.
now in the hands of that blackguard Alhazred.
Oh, we're using the word blackguard a lot
the
now, are
trumpet
we?
won't bring these walls tumbling down.
There's
and thus
your
is of little use to Alexander.
biblical reference.
Alexander doesn't need the gold shield and spears. Besides, the soft gold wouldn't stand up well in a real battle.
That's fair.
Alexander doesn't need the urns. Alexander pulls the drapery aside, curious as to what might lie underneath. On the table is a miniature oak tree.
Hey, it's the stolen oak tree.
It looks very old.
That must be the sacred miniature oak that the druids thought the winged ones stole.
This would be like a bonsai, I guess.
On the table is a coat of arms with the head of a beast on the crest.
They all thought the other one stole something. I forgot about that.
Beast said that his coat of arms was stolen by the druids. This must be it.
We're gonna, like, trade peace on the Green
table is
Isles.
a strange-looking stone that's giving off an odd, high-pitched noise.
That must be the Isle of Wonders singing stone. Didn't the queens think that the beast had stolen it?
On the table is a fleece made of gold.
That fleece must belong to the winged ones.
Yeah, chasing
They
the
thought
Argonauts.
the Isle of Wonder had taken it.
As Alexander looks at the objects on the table, he realizes the depth of the Vizier's cunning. It must have been the Vizier or an accomplice who stole
Or an
that one
accomplice.
thing most precious to each island, and then leaked rumors that one of the other islands was responsible.
What did the Vizier have to gain by causing the islands to hate one another?
Good
Alexander
question.
decides to leave the singing stone here in the treasure room for safekeeping until
God.
it can be returned.
Oh my god! Although actually it was sort of obvious.
What?
Alexander decides to leave the miniature oak here. Alexander decides to leave the...
Am I not supposed to be able to take anything from this room?
Alexander has no wish to steal...
Is that just like an inspection event flag or something?
Alexander sees nothing of interest there. Alexander is standing in the...
Seems like a shame to come all the way here and then
Alexander
not take
hears the sound
anything.
of music coming from the east. It sounds somewhat classical, but... Oh no, it's wedding music.
No, I
Alexander
object.
hears a door of the north hall open. Then, the sound of guard dog footsteps. The footsteps are headed this way.
Said if I have a piece of evidence, right? Let me save really quick.
Alexander opens the greet. It looks...
Hazard you shall pay, he says in the silent room.
Alexander hears the sound of a guard's footsteps coming from the north.
Are you supposed to dodge
There are
them?
more footsteps approaching from the west. Now what?
Evil wedding march. I think they said I'm supposed to just show them a thing that gets them on my side.
Uh-oh, a guard dog. Alexander's been seen.
Hey, you! You're not allowed down here!
A thing for you, man.
Uh-oh, a guard dog. Alexander's been seen.
Hey, you!
I think I'm a little...
Be quiet.
Alexander watches helplessly as
Wait, so I guess I'm wrong.
You'll stay in here until...
the guard dogs.
Ah, then I can just
Alexander-
leave. Okay. They didn't take my shit, did they?
Prince Alex.
Jollo, what are you doing here?
Oh, he's letting me out. Okay. Thanks, man.
But how did you know I was...
This is no place to talk, Alexander. Just trust that I know everything that goes on in this castle. Now, be more careful. If you get caught again, I don't know if I'll be able to get you out.
Do they want me to... Should I be giving an item? I'm pretty sure it's the letter, right? Should I be giving it to the lead guard dog specifically?
Guard dog footsteps.
Already on their way. I feel like whenever the game tells you you should do this thing, they're being very literal. It's not just a suggestion. There we go.
Alexander looks cautiously around the grand hall, but there are no guard dogs to be seen. The wedding music is coming from behind those two large doors.
Take it in. Evil wedding.
Prince Alexander, here. The Vizier will have my head for allowing you within a mile of the royal wedding. Since you are of noble birth, I will give you 5 seconds.
5 seconds,
to explain
okay.
your presence here before killing you. I warn you, it had better be good.
Thanks, Tony J. I'm all set.
Wait. If you love your princess,
Otherwise, that letter
you'll
makes
hear
no
me
sense.
Out. The Vizier is not what he appears to be. Cassima is in terrible danger. I have proof that this is so. For your princess's sake, you must believe me.
Let me see that.
Saladin reads the letter, his sword points still against Alexander's throat. Alexander watches the guard dog's noble face darken with rage.
Poor angry doggo.
This is treason. I'll have his throat. But how do I know this letter is not a forgery? You could have written this yourself.
But I did not. Have you no doubts of your own about Ahazred? Don't you see? All he wants is the crown. Cassima is being coerced. We must stop the wedding.
It is true. I have had my suspicions about the Vizier, especially when King Caliphim and Queen Allaria died. But I have seen Cassima with him several times. She appears to be quite happy, even enthusiastic. I don't believe she could love him if he truly were so wicked.
I cannot believe for a moment that she loves that snake.
So they're back to
lover
life.
would not believe it. But come, see for
Is that like
yourself.
optional or something? And this dialogue is similar if you didn't do it?
Guard leads Alexander into the throne room.
Okay, we like
where
things to be a
ceremony
surprise.
seems to be in progress. Alexander feels his blood run cold at the sight.
I, Cassima, declare Abdul al-Hazred as my lawful and beloved husband and king of this realm.
But
Flesh the voice from a dog.
what are you saying?
Do you still claim that the princess is
How you
being
doing, Cat?
forced? Perhaps it's you that's the danger, as the Vizier has said.
Can I do something yet? Let's see.
Alexander approaches the wedding party.
Prince Alexander here? This is an outrage! How dare you allow this traitor to get past you, Saladin? You stupid mutt! Can't you even keep the castle free of assassins during your own princess's wedding? Kill him! Kill him now!
Lord Alhazred, with all due respect, you are not quite king yet. And this is a wedding ceremony, not an execution.
Thanks, Tony J.
What? How dare you contradict me, you flea-bitten mongrel! I gave a direct order. Obey me, or feel my wrath.
milady. I apologize for my behavior, but I am yours to command in all things. I wanted merely to hear your own wishes from your own lips. Tell me what it is that you wish me to do with this young man, and I will obey.
Why, Captain, you heard my dear
Oh,
Abdul.
it's the
If he wishes
genie.
this atrocious young man's death, then I want nothing
It's
more
been
than to see him get his
remarkably
wish.
well
Obey
established.
thy liege now and always.
As you wish, Princess.
Just as Saladin prepares to run Alexander through with his
Is it
sword,
Jollo?
a shout is heard from the direction of the Grand Hall.
Hold! In the
No,
name of
wait,
the
even
true
better.
king.
It's the real parents.
King Caliphim and Queen Allaria burst
They did
into
it
the
at the
throne
most
room,
dramatic
looking
moment.
alive and well.
No, we can't go
full
with
of
you right
wrath.
now. We gotta wait until
Behind
it's
them,
dramatic.
A line of supporters look prepared to battle, if necessary, for their beloved royal couple.
Cassima, darling, are you all right?
That's not her.
Hands off of her, you murderous goat.
If I want your advice, I'll ask for it, Mother.
But, Caliphim, that's not Cassima. I'd know my daughter anywhere.
What have you done with our daughter, you devil?
Do you think
lovely image of
Alhazred's been
Cassima suddenly
dating
bursts into
her in the
smoke
form of the
and
genie?
is replaced by the Vizier's genie.
What?
Why, you conniving serpent!
Get him, guards! Saladin, your sword!
Drat it all! You may have ruined my plans, but you won't get me, or your precious Cassima. Get them, Shamir! I command you!
He's getting away! Stop him!
Yes, sire, as soon as I deal with this genie.
Shamir, the Vizier's genie, begins to throw balls of dazzling light at the guard
No!
dogs.
Jollo! I need the genie lamp! They better just be temporarily stunned.
The genie, finding a free moment in the battle, suddenly realizes that Alexander is still in the room and sends a dazzle spell his way.
Gotcha, Prince Alexander!
Oh shit. I don't know if I saved recently.
Oh.
Whoops.
Next.
Was there a moment where I was able to
Meeny,
move?
Miny, mo. Alexander can't be slow.
Haha! Game, you goof.
There's no reason.
Evil wedding music is playing.
Alexander hears the... Uh-oh,
Hey!
No! It wasn't there last time. Oh, I didn't notice that about the crown symbol. Good to know. Is that true for the whole series?
But
Jollo taking the lamp that he would become the master or something. But
Alexander, there's...
Try saving here.
Alexander.
Prince, since
I'll allow you 5
Wait.
seconds.
Let-
I love that.
Salad.
it, do
Alex.
Open the name of the king.
The...
What?
The way that Genie's natural form is so,
Getting
like,
away! Stop him!
non-threatening.
Yes,
He
sire.
looks like kind of
As
a
soon as I
chubby
deal with
white
this
dude
genie.
in camo shorts.
Shamir, the Vizier's genie, begins to throw balls of dazzling light at the guard dogs.
Man, I'm surprised that's what we're supposed to do. I guess that must be right then. Get him! The action conclusion of King's Quest 6. I love this. I wonder if I'm supposed to use that giant sword on the wall.
Be careful, Alhazred has a sword!
Shut up, wench! Shamir Shamazel! Get in here!
Here I am, master!
The camo pants
time, you bumbling fool! How could you let him follow me?
Well, there were the guard dogs, master, and then...
Never mind! Just kill him! Kill him now!
As you wish, master.
Get the sword.
Razzle, dazzle, snap, and snazzle.
Hey, it's Jollo!
Alexander, I did it! I swapped the lamps. Here, quick, take it.
Thanks, man.
Bless you, Jollo. I knew you could do it. Now get clear, friend.
No arguments there, my lord. Good luck.
Alexander rubs the lamp, but nothing happens.
The genie must be out at the moment. I wonder if they wrote that before deciding how you were going to get to use it.
Shamir Shamazel.
Hey, there we go.
Hold your spells. I am your master now. I order you to go back into your lamp.
How did you get my lamp? You thief! You've ruined me!
My lamp! Oh, thank Valhalla! I hated working for that loathsome creature. I already feel his nasty.
Hey, camo pants, chubby genies on my side.
Like you.
I'm gonna set you free like Aladdin. It's gonna be great.
I've got a new master. I've got a new master.
I still need the sword though. I'm not gonna use the genie to fight apparently. Oh, he knocked it out of the way. Okay,
well,
that's fine.
That was very clever, I'll grant you that. But I am the master thief. Face my sword if you dare. The man left standing shall have the lamp.
So shall it be, Alhazred. I don't need the genie to deal with a coward like you.
I do like the number of times they give you a choice instead of having this stuff just play out automatically in cutscene.
Inspiration. Alexander fixes upon the only weapon in sight.
Even if it leads to frustrating scenarios where you don't see what to do in the 5 seconds you have.
Zounds! This sword must weigh a ton.
You got it, Alexander.
Good. Then you shall only fail sooner, my prince.
What about the dagger we gave her?
So, the mouse would bite?
This mouse shall bite, as you shall soon see. Or should I say, soon feel?
Fix.
You can barely lift that sword, my prince. Better to lay it down now. I promise to dispatch you with little pain.
Combat's not really the forte
but
of
I think I'll wait
adventure
and see
game
what this
protagonists.
sword can do.
Suit yourself.
Okay, still got a crown. Nice jump. Man, they put some effort into this. This is cool. Cassima, stab him with the dagger. Get him. Like, now would be a great time.
Alexander's arms start to tremble under the effort of wielding the huge sword. His muscles are nearing exhaustion.
Nice duck, nice jump.
And so it ends.
Not if I can help it, you murderer!
So if I didn't give her the dagger, does he just fucking kill me
the
there?
Small dagger into Alhazred's shoulder with all her might.
Hey!
Ah! You dare raise a finger to me? You will regret that, princess.
Still have a moment to click, okay. Good. Hit him with the flat of the blade, it's fine.
Cassima, are you all right?
I'm fine, Alexander. I was just so afraid for you.
There's no need to fear anymore, princess.
Yes, I know. How can I ever repay you?
Thanks for that tip about the
myself,
crown, meaning I'm
for
not in
my
control.
kingdom.
It was
helps a
not
lot.
in me to let harm come to you. Can you find it in you, princess, to give me more than your gratitude?
Alexander, what are you saying?
I love you, Cassima. Would you ever consider... Do you think you could... marry me?
Could you ever have doubted it, my
Aw.
prince?
So what I like about these games is, well, I haven't played the other King's Quest games, but I get from the tone of this one that it's not, like, cynical, it's willing to be sincere.
Oh! Guards!
Princess Cassima, are you well?
I'm quite well, thank you. Please take Abdul and put him in the dungeon. See to it that he gets a doctor.
Yes, Majesty.
Just fine with being cheesy. Could mention that 7 hours earlier. At least it helped. Yeah. I think a lot of the times where I game over it was because I didn't realize I was in control. One week later,
Cassima
writing a letter
and
nightly.
Alexander ask Captain Saladin to perform their wedding ceremony. Saladin is honored to do so.
Thanks,
On this
Saladin.
historical day of great joy in the land of the Green Isles, we witness the union of Cassima, beloved princess of this realm, and Alexander, Prince of Daventry. Do you, Prince Alexander of Daventry,
Different people
take
show up here
Princess
depending on your
Cassima
choices.
to be
Let's
your
go.
wife, to love and to cherish for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
There's a cat on a staircase. You don't time climb the stairs. It trips you and you fall down the stairs and die.
Take Prince Alexander to be your husband, to love and to cherish for as long as you both shall live.
I do.
Do you have a ring?
I have Alexander's royal insignia ring.
Very good. Please place the ring
Forever
on
ago.
Cassima's finger. Who gives this bride to be wed?
Her
Herself.
mother and I willingly give our daughter's hand.
She's our
in
property.
wedlock.
Who will speak for the groom?
I will. Alexander's mother and I recognize his marriage to Princess Cassima with glad hearts.
Yeah, there are
and
a
sanction
dozen or
this
so
union.
soft lock
Then
opportunities, I guess.
Alexander and Cassima, I now pronounce
Yeah, I
you
kind of wish that they would
man and
re-release
wife.
these exactly the same, but have like a soft lock indicator or some kind of in-game added mechanic that turns back time when you make one of those mistakes. 'Cause lots of them don't lead to a branching path; they just soft lock, right?
Congratulations, my children. I have an important question for you both. Please hear me.
Yes, sire?
Alexander, I welcome you into our family with open arms. I place trust in Alhazred
Oh, that's cool.
because I so badly
No
wanted
soft
a
locks
son
instant
and a
rewind if you
husband
die.
for my beloved daughter.
That seems
I
fair.
was wrong. But you are true and good, Alexander. You have proven yourself to all my people.
Thank you, sire.
Allaria and I have been through much. Even though we have returned to our kingdom, I do not think we are able to reign again. Will you two consider the crown?
Like, we were actually kind of happy about being dead.
I know, as king and queen, you can heal this small kingdom from all the damage that Alhazred has inflicted upon it.
Oh, father.
Why, I'm honored. What do you think, Cassima?
I love my homeland, Alexander. I would be happy to stay and
I
serve
see the
it all my
druids and
days.
the beasts.
Father, I believe I'm
Only
needed
good
here.
ones.
Would you be very disappointed if...
Son, you must follow your destiny. I do
Did you
believe
play as
the
that guy
land
in
of
an
the Green
earlier
Isles
game or
needs you.
something?
You'll be a magnificent king, though dearly missed in Daventry.
Then I accept.
Oh, my boy, what a man you've become. And how I will
King's Quest
miss you.
1.
Don't worry, Mother. With Shamir's powers, we'll be able to visit often. I'm not about to forget my family.
Congratulations, Alexander.
I don't mind the
I'm so
difficulty
proud
around
of
soft
you.
locking. I
Thank
don't
you,
like the time to death problem,
dear
that you can make a
sister.
mistake that impacts you 5 hours
Oh,
later.
Alexander, I'm so glad.
If the game broadcasts to you
Between
something
the
went
return of
wrong,
my
that's one
beloved
thing.
parents and our
It's like,
new
oh,
reign, you've made
that
me
skull
so
getting
happy.
broken,
I'm glad
you
I
might
could
want to
make up
reload,
for some
right?
of your suffering, my beautiful wife.
Congratulations, King Alexander. When we return home to Daventry,
So it
your
turns it into
crew will be
walkthrough
glad
bait.
to hear that their battle at sea was worthwhile. in bringing forth a new monarch.
We were so worried when your men arrived home without you, son. I'm so thankful that you are safe and happy.
And I am as grateful that my crew did not pay for my driven heart.
You have only brought us all good fortune,
That's
sire.
good luck.
With Shamir saved and
That's
his
cool,
power used
Fury.
for good, reuniting the islands will be far easier. He has already repaired the ferry. Your road will be easier now that the islands are no longer feuding.
Parents don't want to ruin the
wounds are
day.
starting to heal.
Yes, my love. Discovering the island's stolen treasures has done more to bring peace to this land than anything else. It is now clear that Alhazred had Shamir steal each of the island's most valued treasures, then blame the thefts on others to cause the islands to hate each other.
Now let us celebrate our good fortune. The evil that has
Oh,
plagued
it's less
this
happy
land
unless you look at the
is
treasures,
done,
okay.
and a new reign begins. Long live King Alexander and Queen Cassima.
Long live King Alexander!
King's Quest.
Long live Queen Cassima!
Oh, how do you kill Shamir?
Long live the land of the Green Isles! Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Voice acting in this is great too. Give him a mint from a mint plant. Oh. Interesting. Gets drunk and zaps himself. Thank you for playing. That was delightful. What a cute game. Roberta Williams and Jane Jensen. And designed by, yeah. These are among the best games, best written games I've played from this era. And I would agree that, like, you know, being an adventure game, you're a little bit more focused on story, but really, really well done. So I don't mind dying due to silly mistakes, but I think if the game auto-saved or otherwise ended the game immediately after you caused an error like that, or if it had branching paths, that's also fine. If it's like you can play through the game, but instead of soft locking, you can just get a bad ending based on your choices, I think that's also reasonable. Gabriel Knight, also excellent adventure games. Nice. No sound here. There's supposed to be a song playing. Is this a scum VM problem? Got this on GOG. No, I want an 80s power ballad. That makes me sad. Integral to King's Quest 6 to hear it. I can see if it's on YouTube or something. I wonder why I got cut. Oh, Jane Jensen did the guidebook. I feel like if you can survive the male-dominated field that is game design, especially in the 90s, you're probably pretty fucking awesome, right? It's the same with the Uncharted writer. She was supposed to make a Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic style game, and EA shut it down. So sad. It sounded like it was going to be awesome. But the CD version has the song on it for sure. Tower. Yeah, I don't know. Once the credits end, I'll try to pull it up and play it. 223 out of 231 points. Oh, that's cool. So some of the little side things, like you were saying, giving the thing to the bird would give you some extra points for that. King's Quest 6, Girl in the Tower. Okay, one sec. This is great. This is the right one.
And I just need to hear your voice. I just need to hear you say.
This is King's Quest 1 here.
Have me go or stay.
You'd have to go past the princess, though, right? Players do that. Yeah, this is great. It's sad that this is missing from the main game. 3D graphics. The instrumental version is Cassima's theme. Cool. And it's a duet. Even better.
If it's not meant to be this way, why do you haunt me night and day? Girl in the tower, I'm reaching out. Please tell me what to do.
Reminds me of Dirty Dancing. Got the box art. Sierra tried to get radio play. Oh, those are the old portraits. I really like the new ones, though. There's been a lot of great background art in this game. That death one was really sweet, though. Oh, look on Alexander's face there. His reference actor looks like Xander from Buffy. Touch a CD with the song to radio stations, bundle with the game. Received legal threats from stations bothered by excessive requests from listeners. Early Bodie McBoatface campaign, right? No, this is good. The stuff about soft locking is really just modern gaming, not wanting to feel like I have to use a walkthrough to beat it under the Holland to beat, right? Something that's easy to fix. It sounds like y'all are saying that there's remakes that have like a rewind. The puzzles were all really fun in this one too. There were no pants on head silly, like, longest journey adventure game solutions. Oh shit. Go away. No, don't autoplay. It's a bad YouTube. Okay. Thanks, folks. That was fun. Thanks for sharing King's Quest. I really enjoyed it. We're going to go ahead and wrap since we got less than an hour left here.